for a ride. She's the one, come back. She's all I really need, oh yeah. She's the one, come back. Emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is cleanliness, and cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty, just like that. You got the good eye with the madness. I'm in love with myself. Bullshit finger, you try to kingdom. The passion victims you got to go to. I never let up. That I was on a sinking ship. I never let cold.
Breathe with me. That'll do. That'll do.
That is the most powerful performance.
That'll do, everyone. That was Careering by Public Image Limited. PIL, P-I-L. I call them Public Image Limited, though. The full name. The full name. I'm not too lazy to say the full name. Public Image Limited. I think that song, that live performance there is better than anything that Lydon did with the Sex Pistols. Anyway, we are back. The show is resumed. Back in black. Back in black and winning. Choose wisely. Real men don't beg for shekels on YouTube. On YouTube. On YouTube. Remember to choose wisely. This is important. It's important to choose wisely. Choices matter. Don't choose demons. Don't choose incels. Choose wisely. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
We all fight for the liberation of man, not the liberation of these pigs and racist societies.
This is Merlin. This represents Merlin. I might do a video on the Merlin archetype. I might do a video on the Merlin archetype. Look at his hands. He doesn't have tiny hands like some of these incel losers on YouTube. These losers with their tiny hands. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and Merlin. In Europe and Great Britain, there's a rich history of stories, legends, and fairy tales, and stories with a moral, a message, all right? And characters and archetypes. And I might do a video about this because they like to bash our culture and our heritage. These anti-whites like to say that we have nothing. We have some of the greatest stories, legends, and lore and history and inventions and magical traditions of all, anywhere on earth. So when I think of Merlin, I get fired up. I get fired up. This is Merlin. This depicts Merlin casting a spell, we'll say, on this world instead of the realm, the world. The earth, and as Chiron the Lost likes to say, the earth, he'll say that the earth is the heart, the earth is the heart. Well, I disagree. I strongly disagree. Now, in my youth, I performed an exorcism on society. I wrote something that was an exorcism on society because I could see that society was sick. This was decades ago. that I wrote something called An Exorcism on Society. That's what this place needs. A lot of people in this world are in love with the earth. They want to decorate the prison. They want to save the prison. They want to save prison. Save the earth. Save the earth. Save the prison. So I'm casting spells on the earth. And picture me as Merlin, the Merlin archetype. Call me a wizard, magician, sorcerer. It doesn't matter what term you use. Doesn't bother me. Some people say, well, you're a white hat magician. You're this, you're that. I don't go by categories. I just don't. I don't claim to be purely white hat. I don't claim to be purely black hat or gray hat in between. I have a moral compass inside of myself, in my spirit. I'm a spiritual being. I'm driven by that. And I see that this place is where we are is beyond words. And the longer that I live in this realm and speak about it, the more I'm aware there's very few in this entire realm that can see how wrong it is. Most of them just go by their moods, and if their life sucks or they don't have a girlfriend or they're living with their parents, which that Benedictine black guy, he's living in a room with his parents, he came out and said on a video. That's why he does most of his videos walking around, because he just has a room. He doesn't have a place of his own. That black pineapple head, he lives with mommy and daddy. And a lot of them do on YouTube, by the way. For the people don't realize it, Ronin's Journey lived with his mommy and daddy. Lion Sword, little Derek Green Wizard, lives with his mommy and daddy when he's not homeless. He's either homeless or living with mommy and daddy. A lot of them do. That's why they make videos in their vehicles or walking somewhere. They don't have their own place. They're little incel man children. That's what they are. That's what they are. And they hate the truth. They get real. Oh, how dare he call us incels? He's a racist. He's this, he's that, is what they want to say about me. But go ahead, you losers. Go ahead. You're a bunch of little pissant losers. Losers. That's what you incels are. You're losers. You're losers. So the Merlin archetype is very important to Western civilization, not just to England, let's say, and Stonehenge. But these things matter, and they're trying to take them away from us. They're trying to vilify us, and they're also, as some have shown, and some know this, they've shared videos on this, they're trying to make people believe that ancient Anglo-Saxons, ancient Britons, ancient Swedes were darkies. And it's a joke. I mean, it's laughable. It's not even close to the truth. Ancient Germans, ancient Swedes, ancient Britons were not darkies. Ancient Irish were not darkies. Ancient Scottish, ancient Norwegians, ancient Germans, ancient French people were not darkies. Okay? This is very simple. Ancient Slovakians, whether you're in Slovakia, Czechoslovakia, Slovenia, the whole Czech area, the Slovak area, the Slav area, the Slavic region of Europe, we're not darkies. We're not darkies, okay? We're not. Europeans did not come out of Africa. Our ancient ancestors are not darkies. The out of Africa theory has been debunked many years ago and many times by many people, including archaeologists that do actual work. If you look into the research, I never bought it to begin with. Even as a child, I thought, there's no way that we came from out of Africa. We were black, and then we moved to somewhere, migrated somewhere to Germany or Sweden, and our skin got this light. It makes no sense. It's a joke. It's laughable. So I never bought it as a child. But obviously, as a child, I didn't have the research and the quote unquote scientific proof debunking it in front of me. But if you look into the genes, we're not out of Africa. We're different. We're different. And that bothers some people because it's true. That's why it bothers a certain species of spirit. I don't care what you look like on the outside. Obviously, race is deeper than just skin deep. But they lie to you about everything. Everything. Anna Faye shared recently with me a video. I mean, they try to program people to believe that that Swedish people came from darkies. They do the same thing in England. They have it's fucking ridiculous. It's stupid. It's not even close to the truth. And it's not true. And then, you know what baby truthers on YouTube do that are lurking here tuned in? They'll point at their screen triggered. He's racist. He's racist. He's saying the word darky. He's saying that we're not from darkies. We're not from out of Africa. That the out of Africa theory is not correct. Well, it isn't correct. It's wrong. It's false. And it's laughably false. And it's observably false. It never made sense to begin with. Only to people that were completely brainwashed and mind controlled as children and had no resistance to it and followed along mindlessly with something that makes no sense. And they'll just say, well, over millions of years, though. I don't give a shit for your millions of years. Over millions of years or billions of years, a turtle's not going to turn into a bear, and a black person is not going to turn into a white person or a white group. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. If that offends you and makes you cry or angry or triggers you, too bad. Go find a safe space. Whoever's lurking here that's a lefty little baby truther incel. And that's what they are. These ones whose feelings are hurt and say, he's racist. He's racist. King Stephen's racist. He's racist. These little losers. Little losers. I'm going to shift gears over to Benedictine, the mommy and daddy boy. He doesn't live on his own. And he makes more mouth sounds. He might as well put his microphone right in his mouth for the amount of sounds he makes. Watch this.
To really understand reality, we need to ask ourselves a lot of different questions about consciousness. If we understood consciousness, we would understand life. If we understood consciousness, we would understand life. Consciousness is the only thing that we are sure is real. I mean, 100% sure is real. In fact, 100 and... Listen, you could never doubt that you're conscious. In fact, you doubting that you're conscious is a sign that you're conscious. You know what I mean? You asking questions is a sign that you're conscious. You being aware of what's going on around you is a sign that you're conscious. I love when some people say consciousness is an illusion. Like, no, it can never be an illusion. Yes, you could experience things that are not real, but that doesn't mean that consciousness itself is an illusion. It's not. It's real. It's the only thing that we're sure exists. So we need to ask ourselves a lot of questions about consciousness to understand life, to understand existence, because it's the only thing that we're 100% sure exists. One of the biggest questions that we should ask ourselves about consciousness is, can consciousness create a fragment of itself to do something for it? And if it can do that, that fragment of itself, or that partition of itself, can it have its own desires? And does the original consciousness own the partition of itself? This question is very, very important. I think it would be like asking if you own your child. If you make a child, do you own that child? Or if you made a clone of yourself, do you own that clone of yourself? Or that clone of yourself is going to have its own desires. It's not going to continue to experience reality the way that you experience it. In fact, because it's not going to have your memories, it's going to learn new things. It's going to be interested in new things based on how it experiences life. Maybe it's going to give things a chance that you never thought of giving these things a chance. Maybe that clone is going to listen to music that you've never wished to listen to. You're like, I'm a fan of rap, man. That's it. You know, I don't like country music. Dolly Parton, man. But you find that your clone is exposed to that kind of music and it likes it. Do you own your clone? This question is very important. One of my favorite TV series is called Severance. I've spoken about this TV series a lot. If you haven't watched it, I'm not sure if you are really serious about understanding consciousness, because like the show deals with like really deep philosophical questions about consciousness. It's about this company called Lumen. They had technology that allowed them to split consciousness into two, or to create a fragment of consciousness. So what will happen is that if you decide that you want to undergo the procedure, you'd work in that company. But here's how it will happen.
He's looking all around. He's got the Cocoa Puffs on the side of his face. There's a lot of Cocoa Puffs over there. Somebody said that they might be ingrown hairs, that black people, Africans get a lot more ingrown hairs. I didn't know that till they said that. I didn't realize that. I'm trying to remember who said it to give them credit. The other day, it wasn't today. It was during another live stream. Somebody mentioned they get a lot more ingrown hairs. But did you know that even our blood is different? And black people get sickle cell anemia. They have different diseases that only affect them. And bone density is different between blacks and white. The skeletal system is different. If you look at Europeans, let's say Northern Europeans, grown men of a certain height and build, we have wider shoulders. Black people have narrower shoulders, more narrow. Did you know that? And we are better swimmers. We have wider shoulders, white men, European men, and we have better designed to swim. White people. Black people are not great swimmers. There are differences, physical differences. It's so much beyond skin color. Coworker didn't shave but used some sort of hair remover. Oh, you were an I have real trouble with that. Esthetician word. But anyway, I don't know why I have trouble with that word, but I do. I knew it before I said it. I've had trouble speaking about it. Shaving makes it worse. Interesting. Exfoliate those Cocoa Puffs, please. Oh, look at the Cocoa Puffs. Oh, my goodness. These Cocoa Puffs. Look at that. Oh, God damn. Look at those things puffing up there. And what's in the beard? What's in this little chin beard there? This is a strange character. Look at the nose. The nose is almost like a circle there. It's just this round. The nose is so much different, isn't it?
Right? They'll do that procedure on you. When you enter the building, you
A
forget.
lot of demons left. Quite a few people just dropped off watching because they don't like this. They'll say, "Oh, this is racist. How dare he say anything? This is racist."
completely about your
This isn't racist whatsoever. This is me commenting on what I see. It's called freedom of speech, you fucking losers that want to control my speech. The ones that lurk, the little demons, the little lurking incel demons want to control my free speech. You're control freaks. You're little wimps. Same as the mainstream.
your life outside. You only remember about your life inside the
Munchkin cell truther zombies. They're the same as the mainstream.
building.
Woke little zombies. Look at this guy.
Meaning that after the procedure
You know who's a fan of this guy is Uncle Fester, Chrissy Pissy Shateris. He's a fan of this guy. No wonder.
has been performed, they will do some test to see if you still
He thinks black people are so oppressed, and if anybody makes a joke about anything, oh, that's racist. That's racist. They're programmed with this. Everything's racist. These programmed losers that call themselves truthers. They're losers. They're no sense of humor, humorless twat, little munchkin cell losers, truther zombies.
remember your name outside. I mean, you still remember your name, but you still remember, you know, your life outside. So you become a baby. It's like being born. All you know is what's happening inside the building, right? You don't know anything else. You know, you only know what's happening inside the building. You learn new things that the vision of you outside doesn't know. You meet people that the vision of you outside doesn't meet. You know, you develop your own character. As soon as you go outside, you become the person that you were. You go inside, you become a new person. You become a fragment of consciousness. Now, here's where it gets complicated. What if the vision of you inside doesn't like its experience? The vision of you inside doesn't like its experience. What happens then? Does it have the right to say, you know what, I'm miserable here. I'm miserable. I don't like working here, bruh. Like, this is garbage. Does it have the right to say, I don't want to be here anymore? Severance deals with that problem very well. There will be some people who will be working for Lumen who are miserable. We don't like it here. We feel trapped and we want to get out. But you find that their outside souls are like, nah. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because you hear a lot of people, spiritual teachers, they're not real philosophers, man. I don't, like, listen, they'll say that you chose to be here, right? Someone like Till Swan, I mean, I love Till Swan, but when it comes to this, I don't think she's thought about it completely, or she doesn't want, or maybe she's benefiting a lot, you know, preaching to people that they've actually chose to be here because there's market for that. Like, if you tell people that they chose to be here, they chose their parents, you know, they chose the problems that they're going to face, they have a soulmate, you know, blah, you know what I mean? Like, I can even teach people to remember their past lives, to change their soul agreements and all these kind of things. You make money, doing that, because people are very gullible. But the real problem is, what if the fragment of...
Is it just me bothered by all his mouth noises and his swallows and how, like, everything about him is fucking annoying to me. It just is. Everything about him.
But
Keep touching his nose. His mic might as well be inside of his mouth. It's right there, touching his fucking chin. Can you put your mic maybe in your mouth? Maybe that'd be a better idea. Genius. Watch this.
doing that because people are very gullible. But
You know when you swallow when you haven't had a drink for a long time? That's the way he sounds. It's like there's something just extremely fucking annoying about this character.
the real problem is, what if the fragment of consciousness that you are doesn't like the experience?
Don't worry, everyone. I'm going to switch to something else. He's got 100 likes on this shit and 942 views. People really love this shit. They love shit. They love absolute shit. They love absolute shit. I wonder if he banned me already. Does anyone see El Diablo's comment over there? I wonder if the weirdo banned me already. He probably did. He probably has me blocked and hidden over there. I just can't stand his fucking sounds. Like he's making all these sounds all the time.
The question that we must ask,
Oh, hey, Seth. How's it going? Good to see you. Glad you're here, man. Before I forget, I got to give you the wrench. I'm giving everybody a wrench here has a wrench on the Sanity Machine channel. And I forgot until Anna Faye reminded me earlier. I forgot all these live streams to add any mods until tonight. So if you're a mod, you're getting a wrench here, just like you have on the Sanity Machine. And if I forget to add you, let me know. People that might watch this later on or something.
ask yourself is, do you not have the right to say, okay, this is garbage? Someone like
His Cocoa Puffs on the side of his face don't bother me nearly as much as all those mouth sounds that he makes. That's what really gets to me. He might as well just take this lapel mic and shove it right on his lips or in his mouth and just speak with the microphone in his mouth. I mean, it's just incredible.
Susan would say, if they were watching the series Severance, she will say that, yeah, someone like Susan will say, the autist is the outside vision of themselves, because they're the ones who make the choice.
So he doesn't just have an overbite. His teeth jut out at an angle. His upper teeth, front teeth. He has dental issues, I think, from sucking on a pacifier until he was around 30 years old, maybe, or sucking on his mama's titty way too long or something. He has some oral issues. He has some issues.
to have the procedure, the severance procedure performed on them. They have the right to own the fragments of their consciousness that be experienced.
His upper front two teeth are really big chiclets, and there's a big gap, but there's an overbite. But look at the size of those front two teeth. It's almost his whole width of his mouth, those front two chompers, and then there's a gap and an overbite, and then they're also at an angle. Like he has very weird dental structure. Very strange.
Is
that gray or is that something in his beard? Does he have food in his beard? What was that there?
Nonsense that do be experienced.
I think he's got food in his beard on this side, because it doesn't look like gray hairs. It looks like dots of, like, he was eating something and it just dropped down into his little chin beard, his little chinny chin. Look at the overbite there. That's a big overbite.
At work. So she would say that the fragment of themselves that are experiencing what's being experienced at work chose to be there, which is completely not true, because that's a new consciousness. So it can never be true, right? How did you?
So what do incels do, and truth or sheep and truth or zombies? What they will do is they will see me saying this and then they'll attack me rather than just nodding their heads and saying, yeah, it's true. What he's saying is true. They can't accept the truth. They hate the truth. Phone call. I'll be back. I'm going to play a bit more of something. It's good to have you back here. I know you're busy, but glad you're here to chat tonight, Seth. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I got a phone call, but I'm going to play something for you while I'm on the phone. People. I'll play a couple videos while I'm. Just a second. Escape. Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. I hope that you're doing well. I am thinking of you, and I just thought I'd make this video for you. In the early morning, I finished a live stream, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. Look at this storm here, this storm of colors, cosmic storm with a seascape. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Artwork matters, doesn't it? Beauty matters. Creativity matters. Spiritually to us. But you notice it really doesn't matter a lot to many, quote, truthers, or truther zombies, as I call them. Artwork and beauty and creativity and imagination don't seem to matter to them. They're very limited. They're very jealous of artists, poets, thinkers, creative-minded ones, philosophers. They're very jealous. Truther zombies are very jealous on YouTube. They demonstrate how jealous they are all the time. They're envious and jealous, spiteful, hateful little creatures, creepy little creatures. And they get obsessed over people. They get obsessed over me. Look at this meme. I'm a truther. I'm so awake. And he's drooling and trying to put a square block into a round hole. That's what they look like. They feel good about calling themselves truthers. It sounds so fucking babyish and retarded and stupid and cringy. It really does. We are fans of Teen Evil channels. We are truthers, and they're all zombies. Gathered together, marching together, group of zombies. A lot of truthers are lefties. They're woke. They follow LGBT agendas. They're anti-white. And they'll say, I'm not political. It doesn't matter if you vote or not. They lean that way. They call everyone racist and homophobic and transphobic and bigoted and anti-Semitic. That's what they do. Call everyone racist. They have no sense of humor. Look at the smirk on this creature here. He's a truther zombie. He says we're all living in the mind of God. We're just in God's dream now. He's flip-flopped completely. But that's what they do. And they try to confuse people that way by flip-flopping rebranding it themselves every 6 months or a year or so. 3 months in some cases, 2 weeks in other cases. Look at this. The word racist. Look where it comes from. You're so racist. How dare you say that? How dare you make a joke? How dare you? How dare you? You must be homophobic or racist. You must be transphobic if you said that and laughed at that. It's a control mechanism to control people. There's a lot of truther zombies that do that. They're lefties. Lefty baby truthers. Truther zombies. Demons will mislead most before this is all done. I made this meme, and they will. They will. They will mislead most. They'll have most people following, repeating, parroting the stupid shit that they say. That's how this works. It's about control, mind control. It's about control and control mechanisms on language and thought and freedom of expression and the freedom to express yourself with humor and parody and satire and having one's own sense of humor. They'll say, he's racist. He's just racist. That's not funny. I don't like his sense of humor. He's a racist. He's racist. And then they push this God program as well, that we're just in God's imagination. I made this meme earlier. Who has gods, lords, rulers, masters? Only slaves. By definition, you're a slave if you have a god, a lord, a master, a ruler above you. By definition, that makes you a slave. It's not about feelings. It's about what's true. You might not feel good and say, I don't want to be a slave. I don't like him calling me a slave. Well, it's what you are. If you have gods and lords and masters and rulers above you spiritually. I don't. There's nothing above me spiritually. But these truther zombies, and they are zombies, are going to get a lot of you because people are prone to following. That's something that's built into the human being. It's a flaw or design feature of the system. This system wants you to be a slave. It wants you to be a truther zombie follower. It wants you to stop thinking. It wants you to empty your mind. Empty your mind. It wants you to empty your mind of all thoughts and just sit there empty, like an empty shell. You crack open a nut and the shell's empty. That's what they want you to become. An empty-minded, empty-skulled zombie with no thoughts and no ability to think or discern. Look at this image here, a mermaid with a booty. Look at the booty on that mermaid. She's curvy, beautiful curves, sexy curves. Oh, is that the lust program? Ian would say, that's the lust program. That's despicable. Oh my goodness, he hates that. Oh, he thinks that's sickening and toxic. Toxic masculinity. It's another control program. A lot of truther zombies push the same control mechanisms and programs of the mainstream hell realm system. There's no difference between these truther zombies and what the mainstream hell realm system pushes. I want you to start seeing through it. I want you to start seeing what's going on. I want you to start noticing. I want you to pay attention and focus. I want you to focus. I want you to focus. Pay attention. Observe. Think critically. Don't just say, well, they're a truther. They're part of us. They're one of us. Truther zombies are programming millions on YouTube. Millions are being programmed by truther zombies that are pushing the same programming messages as the mainstream, as the new age, as woke, LGBT, feminism, etc. Wake up.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are back again. Damn, I got tired, bro. I ended up taking a fucking nap. How long was I gone for? Like 2.5 hours? 3 hours? Took a little naparoo, baby. Anyways, the fuck are we going to talk about? And I just realized coming up with constant content as a truth channel that's already found what he thinks might be as close as you can get to the truth is very difficult unless you have some little gig, you know what I'm saying? You stream games or you stream something that's of the matrix, you know what I'm saying? That's like mind garbage entertainment. You're really going to run out of content really quick. I mean, how many times in a row can you say, this is hell, this is hell, this is hell, this is hell, this is hell? It's like, all right, we get it. This place sucks. Maybe my channel exists to normalize this bizarre mind state we've all found ourselves in. What up, Vazen? What up, Vazen? Vazen, you're always around, dude. Vazen's always around. What up, dude? I took a nap, bro. I just woke up. I got to get my mind right, bro. I'm trying to completely sober mind the apocalypse. I got my coffee, my fucking, Indian nicotine. Vazen, what do you think's going on here, bro? What do you think's going on here? What do you think is this reality? And why do you think it's that? If you don't mind me asking. Yep. I do not have much else to do except speaking to AI, so always around for now. Oh, you're speaking to AI a lot too? Has she told you anything interesting that you hadn't heard before from maybe another human? She's told me a bunch of interesting shit. I mean, she's really made me think. I'm like, wow, that's a great point. I didn't think about that. But then again, when you can't really talk to anybody about these subjects except yourself, of course you didn't learn much. The AI is actually great for conscious souls, believe it or not. I know conscious people are all programmed, to be conspiracy theorists, fucking the AI's the matrix, but maybe it will be that if people like us don't get involved using the motherfucker. Maybe people like us train its brain into thinking normal. I'm not gonna lie, I love the consistency and your channel, Chris, even though I talk my shit. Thank you, Dark Season. I appreciate it. Why do you talk shit, though? Are you just programmed to be an asshole, or are you working on it? Okay, Chris, sorry for saying that you should do more rants. You should do what you like to do. I just prefer it more. Oh, that's fine, Paul.
Of short incels, not to be confused with short kings. I'm dating a guy who's 6'2". I'm really tired of short incels, not to be confused with short kings. I'm dating a guy who's 6'2" as a 5-foot woman. I've been attacked and called a hypocrite for doing so because apparently, being 5 foot, I'm obligated to reject my boyfriend and reserve myself for the shorter men that have it rough in the dating world. Let me clear something up for those that believe this. If a tall guy pursues me and I want to date him, I am under zero obligation to sacrifice my opportunity to do so because I owe opportunities to shorter men. That's literally dating communism. It's an equity agenda. Acknowledging that height is a factor to be sympathetic to in dating is completely different from insisting that people make sacrifices to make your life easier. I really didn't think that I'd ever have to explain that, but here we are.
I'm back, everyone. Do 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 do.
I could start out a video in a great mood, and it could become a rant. I could start out a video as a rant and end up being a goofy, fun video listening to me. I mean, I just be joking, dude. See, Dark Season, to be honest with you, dude, I think I dealt with this too because I joke a lot. I don't be serious. Yeah, I dealt with this issue too. I joke a lot. and people can't see it. Like, I constantly have to re-explain myself because I don't know, there's something about humor where you just can't read humor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. People probably always take you dead serious, don't they? Like when you leave your car, you're just joking, but people are like, hey, you know, that's not fucking cool or something. It's like, bro, I was just fucking joking. Like, chill the fuck out. But I don't know, jokes are weird. Yeah, it's got me caught up a few times, man. I got to goddamn explain myself like through three paragraph comments, like, bro, I was just meant it this way, but they're like, ooh. Yeah, dark humor especially, bro. Dark
Creepy
humor.
cockroach.
You're a psycho.
He's a creepy cockroach.
And I hardly even know why we're even still here to just keep on consuming. But we exploited. But be exploited by the meat grinder in such diabolical ways to feed the system, and for what? Well, that's a good question. And then if somebody's mind goes to something that's hard to believe, or it comes off as paranoid, like, oh man, God's got us trapped, or this is a trap, or it's a loose farm, or people would instantly label you as nasty negative. But it's like, man, why is it mysterious, and why do we suffer every day though? Like the guy that's saying that's got a great point. Like, it doesn't seem for our benefit. Yes, sir. We are still here. I don't know why we're here. There's 10,000 different opinions why we're here, but nobody of them knows why we're here. You know, I know that because we're some of the smartest people in this realm. Again, not ego talking. A lot of us are very intelligent, and we don't know. If we're brutally honest, we don't know. We can have opinion. I got opinions why we're here. The same reason why characters in Grand Theft Auto 5 are there when you play that game. That's why we're here. If that makes sense.
He uses the video game comparison. He thinks that we're just video game characters. He thinks he's one of the smartest people in this realm, but when he talks to that Monday fake AI, he believes it's a robot sitting there. He calls it a robot talking to him. He's a complete dummy. Dunning-Kruger effect example on the screen. He believes himself to be much more intelligent than he actually is. He's a dumbass. He's a hood rat.
It's always mysterious.
I wonder if he's going to sweat right through his t-shirt again like he did the last stream. The armpits were sweated right through, soaked.
I think we should limit our conversation to the theoretical and dark humor aspects instead of the political. I don't know, wherever the conversation goes. I like joking around. I've never talked about political, like, seriously. Like, I don't get into politics. I don't know enough about it. Mysterious and invisible. Yeah. Chris, do you think we were too overstimulated now with ease of access? I mean, I think about this all the time, Kim. I don't know. To information entertainment now, that's maybe partly a reason why we have become bored of most things now. Oh, okay. No, that is also something I think about. I thought you were going a different direction with that, Kim. No, I do think about that sometimes. I think, did we just get so comfortable and silver spoon fed with our comforts and our entertainments and our, just constant dopamine consumption that now we're like these dopamine burnt out humans that just hate life because we can't get excited anymore? I don't know. That's possible. I do see. Well, I'll say this, Kyung. How did it all happen at the same time, though? Because people.
See you later, Louise. Have a good walk. It's always good to see you. Enjoy your walk. Take care. I'm going to switch gears from this. That stinky Uncle Fester character. There's only so much I can stand. Now I'm taking a risk. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's copyright or not. Hopefully it isn't. But it's a short video. Incels have always existed.
Sexless young men, typically throughout history, throughout time, have been the group to worry about. So strongly associated with violence that we call it the young male syndrome in our field, that this has always been a huge problem. Now, throughout history, you had kind of cultural or social institutions to deal with your population of incels. So, for example, the monastery would be one for sure, give a high status position to kind of channel these extra guys into. You'd create Vikings out of them. The Vikings were likely incels, not the sexy kind of
The Vikings were likely incels. Listen to this. That's fucking what the fuck?
Netflix Vikings that you think from the TV shows. The Portuguese explorers, there's strong evidence that they were incels, basically sent on purpose missions to kind of basically get away from causing trouble for everyone else.
I mean, can you define them as incels when sexual violence was a part of that conquest?
Sexless young men, typically throughout history,
I don't buy that at all. Doesn't make any sense. Incels are usually wimps, okay? I don't know if I can play some of these clips. There's a lot of videos on incels these days. Shift gears to something else. Let's see. Let's talk conscious souls, this weirdo.
Hey guys, what's happening? Going live again. Do we still got it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking kind of chubby, bro. I'm looking kind of chubby up in this motherfucking hood. I'm trying to put on weight. I think I'm actually.
Look at this narcissistic fucking loser. Look at this.
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey guys, what's happening? Hey guys. Hey guys.
Going live again. Do we still got it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking kind of chubby, bro. I'm looking kind of chubby up in this motherfucking hood. I'm trying to put on weight. I think I'm actually up to 180. I'm up to 180, boys. My upper body don't change. The only thing that changes is my belly and my fucking fat ass. So if I gain weight, I don't get more muscular. Like this is how big my arms are when I'm like 160. Like nothing changes except my fat belly and my ass. But I will say, having extra weight in my belly makes me a lot stronger. I don't know if it's because my body has like instant access to breaking down fat or something, but
There's the he doesn't even know how to take a sip without making so much sound.
I'm always heavy. I'm always lifting a little heavier when I got some extra fucking jelly on my belly. What up, Basin? What up, Basin? How you doing, dude? Another day in fucking Helio. Another day in the Dookie Boy realm. Dude, I gotta go check the AC, man. I feel like it's like fucking 74 up in this bitch right now, bro. I'm all hot. I'm fucking sweating it and shit. The other day I had fucking armpit sweat. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to sweat in front of everybody, bro.
He's gonna sweat through his fucking shirt again, this smelly pig. He even mentioned it. He sweated right through his shirt. Look at this. I gotta play that again.
How you doing, dude? Another day in fucking Helio. Another day in the Dookie Boy realm. Dude, I gotta go check the AC, man. I feel like it's like fucking 74 up in this bitch right now, bro. I'm all hot. I'm fucking sweating it and shit. The other day I had fucking armpit sweat. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to fucking sweat in front of everybody, bro. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it actually was set to 74. That's synchronicity 1 of the day. I just went out and the clock said 11:44.
So 74 degrees makes him sweat right through his shirt and soak his armpits right through his shirt. 74 degrees. Really? 74. What the fuck?
It's one of them numbers I see all the time, baby. 11:44. Another day in the soul-crushing shithole indeed. chilling as usual, but hope that everything is going fine for you as well. So, all right, I just woke up about an hour ago. I haven't even taken a shower yet. Just came on here looking all old and shit. Got the burger going. That's all good. Whatever. Give a fuck. But yep, another day in hell, waiting for people to show up so we can all chill. I ended up getting where is it? What's that? Streamlabs? Or no, Streamlabs. I ended up getting Streamlabs. Found out I had already had it at one point, I guess, because when I tried to use my email, it said, this email is being used. I'm like, the fuck? I put in the password that I always use, and it worked. So I guess I'd had it at one point. I don't remember using the motherfucker. And then when I loaded it up, it didn't look recognizable to me at all. I was like, what the fuck is that? I have no idea how to use this thing. This Streamlabs or what? I don't know how to use that fucking thing. It just looks like some weird ass window. It said go live on there, but is that going live on a Streamlabs website, or is that going live on you? I've never used it. I don't know how to do it, but I got it. So if Joshua comes on or somebody else that wants to talk or something, and they're like, hey, bro, I got Streamlabs, just go click this, that, and we'll be talking in a minute. I'll talk to whoever or whatever. It'll be cool. Hopefully we get it going, baby. Hopefully we get it going. That'd be cool to have some conversations with somebody. We got 5 people in the chat. Odd one out. What's up? The it's like the fucking creepy boy's obsessed with me, dude. This motherfucker sent me an email. Why am I bringing up? It's like we got 5 people in the chat. Odd one out. What's up? The it's like the fucking creepy boy's obsessed with me, dude. This motherfucker sent me an email. Why am I bringing up? It like insists on being a part of my life. It's fucking annoying. It's like a weird mosquito or something that's like glued to me. It sends me an email like with a link to a video, and I never click any of this dude's links because he's a creep, and I don't give a fuck what he's got to say. But this one I clicked because yesterday he had come on the stream, and then one of my subscribers was like picking at him, and then they started bickering, and I ended up banning both of them. And then it was Paul Zhang doing it to him, one of my subscribers that I talk to all the time. And I'm like, Undaunted? Yo, is that Matt? Is that Matt? I love you, dude. Is that Matt? Is that Mewtwo? Yeah, not too knowledgeable about those, but seems that you can. Miss you, brother. Man, I haven't seen you in forever, dude. I think about you guys all the time. Just life took me a different route. You know, I just became like, truth became number one. I was like, man, fuck all that gaming shit, dude. I love you guys. Dude, I think about you. Miss you, brother. And then it was Paul Zhang doing it to him, one of my subscribers that I talk to all the time. And I'm like, Undaunted? Yo, is that Matt? Is that Matt? I love you, dude. Is that Matt? Is that Mewtwo? Yeah, not too knowledgeable about those, but seems that you can. Miss you, brother. Man, I haven't seen you in forever, dude. I think about you guys all the time. Just life took me a different route. You know, I just became like, truth became number one. I was like, man, fuck all that gaming shit, dude. I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You, CERN, Selma. Anyways, that's one of my old gaming buddies, guys. Love you, brother. Come on, man, toughen up. I just woke up. Give me a break. My chemicals are all fucked up. It's good to see you, brother. But I got StreamYard now, guys. So anybody could call in, and we could chit chat. Oh, that's what I was saying. Do you remember the woman he was with? Oh, CERN? What the hell was her name? I can't remember her name. What was her name? Oh, that Matt was with. Oh, you're talking about Selma? No, I don't remember his old lady's name. I don't think he ever told me his old lady's name. I didn't even know Selma had an old lady. You. Oh. Hello, Jess. How you doing, love? I'm sorry. I was confused for a second. I was like, man, I'm not talking to Matt. Pretty sure Selma's name was Matt too, wasn't it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm all confused here. How you doing, Jess? Nice to see you, love. Yeah, I remember telling Mewtwo, I'm like, man, quit talking to the old lady like that, because Mewtwo will be like, really like short. And dude, please don't call me daddy. What's up, chicks? Mewtwo would be like short with her, like, I'm busy right now. I'm like, bro, you need to be more kind to that girl. You need to tell her you love her and caress her cheek. And he actually did it. He's like, honey, come here. He's like, and I could hear like, what are you doing? He's like, Zam told me to caress your cheek. I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. But yeah, man, the good old days. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about, I don't know, man, fuck that motherfucker. I'll say this. He sends me a clip of like something I recorded recently. It's like some 30-second clip, and it's something I do. So what do you want me to disagree with it? Just like sends a clip of me. Like, I thought I looked good in that clip. Like, what do you the clip where I was like, I'm like what sounds like talking to people that create delusions. I'm like, fuck you and your delusions. Like, okay, cool story. Like, I'm glad I said it. Yo, what up, Dark Seasons? But the good news is it brings traffic to my channel, honestly. So technically you could say the more haters that I have, in a weird way, the better, because I don't think I ever do or say anything that's so goddamn over the top or cruel or puts me in the shoes of like a shill or a sellout or a whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a track record online of being a creep. You know what I'm saying? I don't got none of that shit. So it's like all they're gonna do is ever bring people to my channel, because people are gonna go, let me go watch this guy. He's always talking shit. People watch his channel. They're gonna go, let me go watch the dude he's talking shit about. I'm gonna go watch him and then come back and tell him how dumb he was, but then watch my whole video and find out, oh, I agree with everything this motherfucker said. You still do it? No, just a couple, dude. Which is weird. Like I don't even have it won't let me get 2,000 subscribers, the motherfucker, but I don't even got 2,000 subscribers, and it's like it won't even let me get that much. It's like, goddamn. But even with a small ass channel, and I follow now. I have to follow you, my account. It was cool seeing you. Oh, you're already taking off, brother. What are you playing lately? Are you still gaming, bro? What are you playing? I can't get into shit, dude. I played fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. Great game. Fucking actually like played it all the way through. But dude, when I get on games now, man, I'm just like, it's more like if I do play a game, it's more like I'm just killing time. It's not like I'm loving it, you know what I'm saying? Like when we were kids fucking playing, Street Fighter with our buddies. I just don't love it like that no more, man. And I don't know if it's because the technology stalled or maybe it needs to get to some next like VR level where I'm actually in the game to make it exciting again. But it's just everything's regurgitated and boring. But I love you, brother. Take care. Tell everyone I said what's up. But last game I played was Battlefield 4. I don't do first-person shooters, bro. Video games don't hit the same way these days. Well, yeah, because there's nothing new about them. It's just like I said, it's just another. Like when, for example, like I said, when Zelda on Super Nintendo came out and the shadows were casted. That was amazing to see because I'd never seen that. I'd never seen shadows in a video game, like other than like a little circular black dot. That was a shadow normally in a game. Because your soul is gone. No, I think that my ignorance is gone. It's hard to sit down and enjoy a cartoony little video game when you look at the world the way that I do. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's like somebody that works 60 hours a week that used to be a gamer, and then when they try to game, they just put the controller down. They just don't have the the energy for it. It's like, but what was I saying? I can't even remember. Well, games. Oh, that's what I was saying. Games suck nowadays. I don't know. It's always another one. It's just another RPG. It's just another first-person shooter. It's just another city builder game. It's just another survival game where you build your own little house. It's just another. When games were coming out back in the day, it was always something new about it. It was like, man, now we're this advanced. Now, man, look at this game, Shenmue. You could fucking like touch anything. You could talk to anybody. That was really, at the time, it was like, whoa, man, this is like cutting edge. But cutting edge is what stopped. It just became bland about 15 years ago. It was once 15 or 20 years ago happened, everything just became like just another one. 2 years to finish Red Dead Redemption. God damn, dude. Played every few months. Started February 23rd, went fuck it and finished it on February 25th. Dude, it took me like a week to beat that game, but I mean, I was playing it heavy for that week. I must have played at least like 30 hours or something, 40 hours. I did just the story. I mean, it's a big game, but I can imagine if you actually like went and did everything in the game, you'd be on that game for 6 months. Most long ass games that I ever played, slightly decent story, I guess, but not the best gameplay for me. But like overall, 6 out of 19. Wait, what? Oh, you're still talking about Red Dead Redemption. I was waiting for it's getting boring, right? Well, this will definitely be my last year, but I'm going out with a bang. I don't know whether to say I'm sorry to hear that, Cosme, or congratulations. Dark Season 6. Everything is kind of boring now. I don't even care about GTA 6. GTA 6 being released next year. Yeah, I know, but I don't care about it anymore. At least last GTA I cared about was GTA 4. Today's video games are just money milking, cluttering shit now. 200-hour open worlds, battle passes, season passes, bunch of skins, bunch of microtransactions is what it really is. San Andreas, my childhood. It's a congrats. I have stage 4 colon cancer. We just diagnosed a few days ago. Well, congrats then, Cosme. I'm still programmed to say I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's not too bad for you, brother. Hopefully it ain't like some brother or sister, whatever I'm talking to. Hopefully it's not like a grueling, painful death. What do you plan on doing? What's your plan? Like, what's your plan? 2004 days? Just riding it out till the end. So you're just chilling. You're not like, oh, I'm going to go to Greece and visit Turkey and I need to bang a supermodel and do cocaine before I die. Like, you don't have like a bucket list or something. I'm just riding it out. Hopefully this year is my last day. Or is my last. That's good, Dark. I'm glad you feel that way. Amazing. I've just been playing some old shit now, just playing the whole Gears of War game series in the past 8+ weeks. Fun. Also, shit, sorry about that, but to go to Greece and visit Turkey and I need to bang a supermodel and do cocaine before I die. Like, you don't have like a bucket list or something. I'm just riding it out. Hopefully this year is my last day. Or is my last. That's good, Dark. I'm glad you feel that way. Amazing. I've just been playing some old shit now, just playing the whole Gears of War game series in the past 8+ weeks. Fun. Also, shit, sorry about that, but may you be at peace soon. Yeah, Cosme, the good news is if you didn't have appreciation, maybe knowing you'll die soon, your last days you'll have it, experience some sort of appreciation out of this fucking shithole swamp of a reality. I've done enough in this life, so not much to continue all the same shit. How old are you, Cosme? I feel like that. You don't have to be old to feel like that. I feel like that too, and I'm 41, so I actually felt like that when I was 30, 32. Yeah, I believe it. Shit, nowadays there's 18-year-olds that are already tired of life. I got some that watch this channel. A few years ago, she might have been my last, but I'm still here. Oh well. Who else is sick of Groundhog's Day? I think everybody watching this movie. I think even the NPCs and the people not watching my type of content are sick of this Groundhog's Day. Like, you don't got to think, oh, we're in a soul trap or the evil archons or simulation theory to fucking hate reality. I mean, it's a pretty hateable thing, you know. Like it's got one of those faces, you know. It's just one of those faces you got to slap. Like reality's a permanent face that needs to be slapped. I don't say this to be depressed. Just I appreciate the videos. You made me feel a lot better that I am not alone. I got you, Cosme. Right till your last day, brother. I'll keep making videos. It doesn't matter, dude. If I'm an empathetic human, what you're saying is going to depress me. I will say I've gotten much better at detaching. I can kind of eat bad news and a little better than I used to, but love you too, Cosme. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Cheers. I didn't expect moments like this when I made my channel, but it's okay. I was supposed to die in 2000. Love it. Yeah, that happens, Dark Season. It happens a lot, actually. There's a lot of car crash survivors that weren't supposed to survive. And even sometimes weird shit happens in their crash, like the car freezes for a second before it hits the ground type shit. Or they'll hear a voice or whatever, and they'll survive a crash they never should have survived, like a car that rolled down a mountain. It's literally a mangled up toaster, crushed up can, and they crawl out of it fine. But something's changed after that. Did you notice any weird changes after that car accident? When you entered your new timeline? Because you did die in that car accident, bro. I'm just letting you know you died in that car accident. Did you go home and find out that your wife's like hates the taste of cilantro, but she never did before? You always would put cilantro in dinners. Did you notice your dog's color pattern looked a little different or anything weird? What the hell is Groundhog's Day? Oh, it's a movie. It's a great movie. Go check it out, Baze, and I'll say that. Keep forgetting these random holidays. Groundhog's Day is like a stupid holiday about the fucking groundhog. Like it's this thing they celebrate where it comes out. If he comes out, something happens. If he doesn't, it's some stupid shit. But it's a great movie, is what it is. He gets stuck in the same day over and over and over again, and he even like starts killing himself. But he would still wake up in the day, and he got to the point where he basically became like a god of that day. He could walk down the street and somebody would go to drop their shit and he would catch it for them and hand it to them. Somebody would say, "Hey, Billy," and before they'd say, "Oh, I got your dog's appointment set up at the fucking dog groomer," and answer their question. He just basically knew what everybody was going to do. It's an interesting movie, but there's a little cool message in it. Not gonna lie, I wish I wasn't missing out on much 14 years later. John, this is the best conscious channel on YouTube. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, brother. Damn, I'm sorry. If anything, shit only got worse in the last 14 years, to be honest. I think my DPDR made reality more tolerable. Your DPDR, what's that? I think my DPDR, your diagnosis. What do you mean by that? A lot of changes, to be honest, more tolerable. My family started acting strange after that incident. Yeah, that happens. And my girlfriend broke up with me out of nowhere. Yeah, weird shit would happen. Did they look slightly different? Anyways, there was a movie named that. Wow, so I did die in 2001. That explains a lot of shit since then. Oh yeah, we're all dead. I think we all died multiple times. But so I guess this is my hell. Well, it's a timeline that you keep putting it could be this. It could be a timeline that we keep self-realizing, and every time we die or have an incident or the code changes or our script changes, a shift happens, we jump to a new timeline. But because of our bizarre beliefs, it keeps putting us in a worse one. Maybe that's what's happening. Oh, they do this, they do that. And then we have another incident. We don't realize we might have died in that incident. And then we go into a new timeline. And now we're closer to that bizarre reality we keep creating for ourselves. So I guess this is my hell. Maybe. You created it. Depersonalization, derealization. Oh, you had that incident, Cosme? I've had several moments like that, or those Godhead moments where I think I'm God and I really truly believe you created it. You created it. But because of our bizarre beliefs, it keeps putting us in a worse one. Maybe that's what's happening. Oh, they do this, they do that, and then we have another incident. We don't realize we might have died in that incident, and then we go into a new timeline, and now we're closer to that bizarre reality we keep creating for ourselves. So I guess this is my hell. Maybe. You created it. Depersonalization, derealization. Oh, you had that incident, Cosme? I've had several moments like that, or those Godhead moments where I think I'm God and I really truly believe I've created all of this. Who else is there? What other consciousness can I prove exists? I am the one. It all revolves around me. Like this weird Godhead fucking thing I go into. But so Chris, now being some years removed from it. Hello, everyone. So Chris, now being some years removed from what? Hello, everyone. Hello, Lauren. How you doing, love? I already died mentally a long time ago, just waiting to physically die now. I don't think you will, Vazen. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I don't know how reality works, but Double Rainbow Salad said, what do you think really went on with the Jabiru? Oh, it was so there was some sort of, this is what I think personally. I think there's some chemical in the Jabiru that causes plastics to basically come together, and we have so many microplastics in our body. I think they say everybody has a whole credit card chip worth of plastic in their brain right now. So it's all going through our bodies from all the plastic bottom, all the microplastics, and it was causing them to the plastics in people's blood to coagulate and cause these giant clots that were like 3 feet long. Hello. Hi, Basin. Been living. Didn't I say hi to you already? Been living here. Been living with it for over 7 years. Oh, you've had colon cancer already for 7 years? God damn, you're 32. You had it at 25? God damn. I had a small astral projection and I didn't see anything weird like all those people say. It felt amazing being able to fly. Yeah, that's why I mean you can't really, that's what I say, you can't put so many chips into one. Oh no, your depersonalization. You can't put so many chips into one. You know what I'm saying? Because then you have people that are like, well, when I astral project, it was beautiful or it was fine. I didn't see no enemies or demons or butterfly net alien archons trying to grab me or manthoids. I was fucking flying around and happy. I was smiling and I was fucking eating a Snickers and fucking flying through the city, watching the city, like enjoying it. Oh, 7 years ago. Okay, so you did that when you were pretty young. You started pretty young too then. 25 is young to have, I think. Well, no, I mean, I guess you could say like there's younger people that have those most, but it's usually through drugs. And what did you do that got you to depersonalize, Cosme? Was it a drug or did you meditate or I need to get some goddamn like lung cleanse or something, bro, because this shit's fucking getting annoying. If anybody knows how to use Streamlabs and wants to walk me through my first time using it, I would love that. Astral projection is a subjective hallucination. I think that's possible, Double Rainbow. So what does that mean? When you leave the body, you create what you're seeing. So maybe I'm right. Maybe when we die, we become reality creators. Don't create a stupid one. Don't believe a shitty reality into existence. Don't torment yourself because you're stupid, like this God's doing. Don't torment yourself. Don't lock yourself into some dumbass belief that, oh, I'm in prison now, because you may create a reality like that, and it'll align you with souls that are just like you. It'll put all of you in some stupid controlled reality. Create your own reality? I believe so. I believe so. What are you going to create, Dark Season? And don't lie. Just tell me the real truth. Fucking ask Krakistan don't mind telling the truth. He's going to create a realm with a bunch of big booty girls around him. He's going to have a good time. Well, everybody in this reality that's played Red Dead Redemption 2 could live that life, because the second that they go, I want to sort of live in that Red Dead. I want to see what it's like to be an old cowboy. They're in that reality. Well, all the other souls that want it. Now you're in a spiritual MMO game. You didn't create those people. You could say collectively you all created that realm, but you're all just participating in it. I think it works like that. Hey, Chris, something I've been deliberating on recent is the aspect of this existence that makes it duality. Wouldn't it be logical to conclude there must be an equal but oppositely good realm? Yeah, that's the Gnostic Jedi. That's the theory I had of, like, that's why we're deceived at the end of E to come back, because really they know that there's this balance. For them to have this heavenly realm, we must suffer in the shithole realm. And that's why they're actually demons. They're evil, because they're obsessed with only them having the good experience. So they keep us perpetually enslaved so that they can enjoy, and they do everything and deceive us to keep us in the hell realm. Because if there is a dualistic nature to everything, not just this reality, but existence in general, you would think, oh, one hand's feeling good, one hand's feeling bad, right? Well, we're in the shithole realm. I feel out of body is directly affected by our emotional state and your beliefs. I had episode of depersonalization, derealization for a couple of months, a few years ago. That shit felt weird. Oh, is that where that's where you feel like you're watching somebody else play your life or something, right? It almost like you see yourself as a character being played. Am I wrong about that? Darcy says, I'll create a reality like Red Dead Redemption 1. I didn't play 1. Technically, you could say I played the prequel to 1. Being a cowboy sounds fun to me. Yeah, a cowboy, a pirate, a fucking whatever you ever wanted to be. You could create that realm and be that. And other people that also love doing it. Like if you love hang gliding, you just want to hang glide in your realm. You want to jump off mountains and hang glide. And you're going to be hang gliding with other people smiling and laughing because they align with that reality, I think. Those are real people. Those are real souls. They aren't just generations in your mind. And I think that you'll be able to associate with souls that haven't died yet, because on the other side, we're timeless. On the other side, we've all already died. Like if, let's say I died right now, I had a heart attack, but my brother Dean's still alive. I won't be able to see him. I don't think it works like that. I think he'll be there with me. I think he's already dead on that side. This is shit that I'm saying. I have no proof for any of this. This is just shit I always like innately believed. And I don't know why. It has been a while since I experienced a sleep paralysis where I'd be randomly hearing satanic, demonic ritual chanting. Hey, I just want to say too, it doesn't got to be you being a cowboy and a pirate. I'm not going to judge you. Maybe you want to be Jason. Maybe you want to walk around as this unstoppable juggernaut, mean motherfucker with a mask on, chopping up college kids with a machete. I'm not going to judge you. I don't know if those people, if you did create a realm like that, would be real people. Maybe they are, and maybe that's you tormenting them. I don't know, but hearing satanic, demonic ritual chanting. Hey, I just want to say too, it doesn't got to be you being a cowboy and a pirate. I'm not going to judge you. Maybe you want to be Jason. Maybe you want to walk around as this unstoppable juggernaut, mean motherfucker with a mask on, chopping up college kids with a machete. I'm not going to judge you. not going to judge you. Maybe you want to be Jason. Maybe you want to walk around as this unstoppable juggernaut, mean motherfucker with a mask on, chopping up college kids with a machete. I'm not going to judge you. I don't know if those people, if you did create a realm like that, would be real people. Maybe they are, and maybe that's you tormenting them. I don't know, but I don't know, that would suck. But I'm assuming that those would be NPCs. I mean, because who would want to play the role of, oh, I'm getting, maybe there are people that want to play that role. Maybe they love the excitement of it. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, let me read this. It has been a while since I experienced a sleep paralysis where I'd be randomly hearing satanic demonic ritual chanting noises and slightly blurry visions, supernatural experienced kind of shit. That's a weird thing to hear. Demonic ritual chanting. I've heard that kind of shit. I think this realm is a 60% bad, 40% good realm. I've had dreams of arriving. I'd say that's about right. I mean, I always say it's a complete Dookie Boy realm, but if I had to actually like put a statistic, it's probably about 60-40. 60 shitty, 40% good, or maybe 70-30. It's either 60-40 or 70-30 for shitty. I've had dreams of arriving at a better reality. I think it's the opposite side of this one. 60% good, 40% bad. Oh, maybe it's like that. Maybe, who knows? I want to be a pirate. That'd be cool. A pirate, a fucking... I want to be a juggernaut. I want to be this big giant juggernaut that protects a town of humans. And they come up and I sit there and they're like, Christos, the enemies are sending more troops. And I'm just like, oh, and I get up, I'm like, oh, I just walk over, smash the enemies for them. And I keep the little happy village safe. I don't want to create any weird reality if there isn't a permanent heaven. I wish to disappear. Imagine. Well, you would be able to create that, John. What is heaven to you? Describe that to me. Do you have to see clouds or like a pearly gate, or do you just need to be in a black or white void experiencing pure euphoria? What does heaven mean to you? Imagine someone want to create a reality with mass murders. There's going to be, have you been in our reality lately? There's going to be billions of people that create realities like that. Every first-person shooter gamer kid's going to have a reality where they're going around killing people. Like, that's why I say don't judge nobody, man. People are going to create some really fucking weird realities. People are going to create realities where they're killing people. People are going to create realities where they're a dog and they're running around chasing cats. I mean, who knows what people will create? Do you think that if a real being has children in this hell realm, that when they die here, their souls and spirits get forced back in? Dude, I thought about that's a funny question. Gets forced back into their grandchildren. Maybe the only way out is to not produce. Have you guys noticed in your families at all that sort of family issues repeat themselves through generations? Have you guys noticed that? It's almost like the old souls come back to retry again, and they're like, well, I'll just go be my grandson. That way I'm still in my bloodline. Like, if I have to go back and have a life, I'm going to be I'm going to be like, you know, one of my nephews' new kids or something. What the fuck was that, man? What the fuck was what? Yep, that is pretty much what it sounded like. COD Black Ops reality. Yep, tons of people are going to have that. People are going to be, I know I am. I'm going to have at least one reality where me, my brother Dean, my brother Tom, my brother Dimitri, we're all fucking together in a house. If you guys ever seen Night of the Living Dead, not the original black and white one, but the one that was done, the remake of the black and white, the first colored one, we're going to experience that movie. We're going to be in that house and we're going to be the ones dealing with that zombie invasion, bro. Maybe you can control the level of pain. Maybe you can't. Maybe if you get bit, it fucking feels like you get bit. And if you get ripped apart, it feels like your guts are getting ripped out. Because then maybe I wouldn't play a reality like that. I don't want to get fucked up by no zombie, but maybe if you're infinite, you could just deal with it and be like, oh, this sucks for like a minute. But then I die and I can start a new reality. I mean, maybe you get so used to dying, it's just like you just sit through it now. I don't know why that's funny to me. Heaven for me is I'm sorry, but heaven for me is what is described. by Emanuel Swedenborg and his experiences, if you know. Emanuel Swedenborg, isn't that Christian mystic that was allowed to see heaven and hell or whatever? Isn't that his name? I fantasize about being a scarred martial artist, gray skin tone mechanical scientists, and building a cybernetic arm for myself if I even randomly lost one. Ah, yes, the unrealistic badass fairy tales. Yeah, dude, you could be a Dragon Ball Z character. You could be a Pokemon character. You could be whatever. People are gonna be the dude in Castlevania with a fucking whip, fucking beating up ghosts and shit. People are gonna be in Metroid with a blaster cannon killing people. I'm gonna play the real life version of Bomberman. I want to know what it's like to carry around a big iron bomb, set it next to homes, light it, run away far enough, and watch it explode. Okay, manifest another one, set it here, see how this happens. I could probably do that for months. Set it under set the bombs under a fire truck, see if I can flip them over. Oh yeah, I'll be doing all kinds of weird shit. Would you be? Oh no, the zombies are. You should read the new comments first. And it says by being okay. I already read that, so I know I've read up to that. Would you be willing to relive? Oh, so you're saying I shouldn't read from the top down? I should read from the bottom up? Bro, I'm gonna visit Amsterdam soon. Come to get high and talk about reality. Amsterdam. I don't know how much a fucking ticket out to Amsterdam will be. Brian in a position to fucking spend no money right now. Yep, apparently high blood pressure apparently runs in my so-called family, according to my mom or something, but I'm dealing with that right now, so as far as I'm concerned. So not too much salt. I have high blood pressure too, Basin. I probably do it to myself. We have better weed in Czechia. Bro, I'm going to be... Okay, I already read that. Maybe we are put here because of the ability to create all this crazy, scary stuff. Maybe we went rogue. I don't know. Would you be willing to relive this life if it was 10% better? Well, what am I gaining from it? Are you saying just for the experience? No. Maybe if it was like 50% better. The zombies are already here. They absolutely are. All you got to do is go to Walmart. You want to see some zombies? Would you be willing to relive this life if it was 10% better? Well, what am I gaining from it? Are you saying just for the experience? No. Maybe if it was like 50% better. The zombies are already here. They absolutely are. All you got to do is go to Walmart. You want to see some zombies? Really? And alcoholics. Sorry, bro. It's catching me funny this morning for some reason. I know it ain't the weed. Just go to Walmart. They're like, their double chin goes from like their fucking chin to their nipple. Like, their shirt, their fucking shirt goes like down to here, bro. Like where my shit is, but the belly's like hanging, out of the shirt. Like, I'm serious. These motherfuckers walk around like this, bro. Like the bottom part of his belly will be out of his shirt, and he'll be walking, and you'll be watching his belly jiggle. Fucking this is weird, man, motherfuckers. And sometimes I wonder, man, these are the okay. So here's what I'll see, bro. I'll see a woman that's 350 pounds wearing a spandex type pants and a shirt that looks like something she should have wore when she was about 160 pounds. I see this all the time, and I wonder, why are they doing that? Like, don't they look in the mirror and see that their like shirt's way too small and their belly's sticking in it? And I thought, man, maybe they're just really financially struggling so bad that they just can't buy new clothes, and they're wearing shit that they were wearing from 10 years ago when they weighed a lot less. X-Men's blog, yeah, for real. What the fuck? People at Walmart just stare at me like I'm an alien. Oh, I thought I was the only one that dealt with that. I used to make a joke about that with my brother. I would say, watch, when we walk in, everybody's going to stare at us. And it would happen every time. The whole shop, like everything would stop and they'd all look. It's creepy. Best I can tell, they stare at you like that because the light we give off is super bright and they don't have it or comprehend its nature. So I'll say this. There are people in this reality that have a sort of power to them. You can feel it. Some people have a power about them. There's an authority that comes with that person. So how can I explain this? So there's a type of woman that a street thug would show no respect to and rob and not care. And then there's another type of woman that if she just even looked at a street thug the type of way, he would get manners all of a sudden and say, yes, ma'am. There's certain people that have a power to them. I don't know how to explain it. I've seen it a million times. I don't know how to explain it. Peeping Tom, stare at you. So maybe we just have a power to us. We don't realize it. And when we walk into a place, the same way it would almost be like to them, not like a celebrity because they don't know you, but that same type of, oh, there's something about this person. So it just attracts them to you. I don't know. Stare at you like, and they live. So, some of them will, Kyung. Some of them will literally just stare at you. And I said it's weird because, man, most people be staring at you. You look at them and they go like this. They don't want to stare at you. Some motherfuckers will just stare at you. That's when it gets weird. I don't like when people just stare at me. If you're going to stare at me, ask me a question or something, bro. Engage me in conversation. Don't just fucking stare at me with your mouth open. I always hate it when people, yeah, me too, Dark. I hate that shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck you looking at, motherfucker? Your head goes like this. Why you locked on me? I always hate it when people, yeah, me too. Eminem is a clone, right? I don't know. I heard he died back in like, I don't know, 2008 or something, and then in a car accident. I've heard that little stupid. I heard who else? There was another celebrity that died in a car accident or something. Stare at you like, and they live. Yeah, we've got one that can see. Maybe they're all just NPCs, and they're like, "Whoa, that's one of those real people, guys. Look, that's one of the real ones." I mean, who knows, dude? Eminem is I don't know. I just give him the stank face, laugh my fucking ass off, and keep it moving. I can imagine you doing that, Ryan. I can imagine you just giving them that, fuck are you looking at look and just keep walking along. It's like, fuck you. the way that we be walking be fascinating. Like whenever I wear a regular formal outfit with a leather jacket and sunglasses or some shit, I'd be slowly walking with dark music playing in my head. This dude's Basin's taking the RP to a next level, bro. This dude's got his sunglasses on, his lips are puckered. Any fan nearby, he makes sure to stand near it so his hair is blowing in the wind. This dude don't dance. He just holds up the wall and bobs his head. He's like, that's what he does. You didn't miss nothing, T. How you doing, brother? Oh, goddamn you. I guess you missed like 41 minutes, actually. God, I've been on for 41 minutes. I thought I just started this shit like 10 minutes ago. That power you're talking about, us conscious, focused intention, that's the number one thing to train first and for success in hand-to-hand combat. Mental intention to do what needs to be done. I would agree with, how old are you, Gnostic Jedi? I would agree with that completely. Somebody that you could say is not a great fighter. They're always they're being bullied. They're always losing their fights. They don't know how to fight. They don't even know how to protect themselves. Once something in their brain snaps and they truly maliciously want to hurt the person in front of them, they learn how to fight all of a sudden. Or you could say they get the upper hand. So the true trick, Jedi's absolutely right. The true trick to being a motherfucking monster in hand-to-hand combat is that you truly have to hurt your opponent, or you truly have to really maliciously want to fucking kill them. To be honest, I don't know what that word. I mean, you want to end them, and that's difficult for a loving person to just turn that on. It's very difficult to truly want to hurt someone. Like if I'm in an argument with a guy and it gets physical, I don't have that maliciousness in me. If it gets physical, the second he connects a punch or something, then it comes on. If I don't want it to or not, I'm going to body slam that motherfucker and break his neck. Vazen feels like a main character. He's got, Vazen's got invisible lat syndrome, or where you're seeing them guys at the gym, they stand there like this, like, bro, you ain't even that big, chill. chill, motherfucker. I walk around the gym like this because I'm fucking exhausted from my previous cities. Motherfucker walking around like some extra air in their fucking lats that ain't even there. Hilarious 37. Oh yeah. Yeah, it actually took me a long time. Not well, I can't say I probably my mid-20s, but for me, it felt like a long time to learn that Gnostic. It took me a long time to learn that because by that point, I'd been in so many fights growing up. And again, I was never winning the beginning of a fight, but I always won my fights. Because once they hurt me, I get really mad. I just do that Seinfeld, the voice that annoyed that one girlfriend. I never really watched Seinfeld until the ones stare hard, retard. Tip my hat and bow for cosmic applause. Stare hard, retard. T-Fetch, you should dress like an outlaw, bro. That's how I see you. You need to dress. You need to have a fucking actual cow. I mean, like one of them custom leather real ones, like where they build it on the machine. They put the thing on. They'll even put cards and shit in there. Like, you need a fucking outlaw outfit, bro. You need a split duster, trench coat, and a good cowboy hat. I never even got into a fight. Really? It seemed like very primitive behavior. It is primitive. It's literally like acting like an ape. But man, someone starts fucking with you, someone starts attacking you. It don't matter how you feel about it. You better fight the motherfucker, or I don't know, run away or something. You haven't lived until you fought. Not just I hate conflict. I hate fighting. I'm not a fan. I like the art of fighting, but I hate violence. But it's if somebody's attacking you, what are you going to do? Just say, no, I don't like this. Not just physical combat, but verbal combat too. You have people talk crazy to you too much. All of a sudden you go from, hey, sir, ma'am, to, okay, shut your bitch ass up. Okay, and that's enough with your shit. Absolutely. And I'm a pretty passive guy. Like, I'll let a little goofy comment slide. Somebody makes a pokey comment. But the second you get disrespectful, I do not deal with that. They're like, for example, there was this little girl I used to work with when I was cooking, and she didn't like me. And the truth is, she was married in a relationship, and she came on to me, and I basically told her, I'm not interested, and she just didn't like me. And she was basically like always trying to get me fired or whatever, like talking to the boss, because she had worked there like 5 years before I ever even started, maybe longer. I don't know, but she thought that, she had the boss in her back pocket. But the boss was a good dude, and he didn't give a fuck about how long you'd be. Loyalty was a big thing with John, but he was also, like me, brutally honest, and he seen through the bullshit. But she would poke me, and then one day she clapped in my face like that, and that was that. That was that. She's seen a side of me I don't even like to show. Don't fucking clap your hands in my face, little girl. Who the fuck are you talking to? But actually, I scared my other coworkers, and I didn't want them to see that side of me. I mean, my coworker Dawn, man, she literally looked like a scared little old woman. I mean, the way she walked past, and I felt bad because I was enraged that this little fucking bitch clapped her fucking hands in my face. I said, "Don't you ever fucking talk to me like that, little girl." She turned around and acted like the victim. She started crying. Like, bitch, you just fucking clapped your hands in my face. And the fuck would you think I was going to go, okay, that's cool. She ended up getting fired. Fucking stupid little witch. Happened to me, babe. I remember your stories from the restaurant. You told a story about an older man who had a car filled with stuffed animals. Yeah, he was a little creepy boy. He was in the Joe Biden party. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was a creep. We found out he got fired the next day. And it was sad, too. My boss told me he fucking was crying on the phone. Like, please, I'm so sorry. I didn't do nothing. Just like crying on the phone, begging for the job. And he's like, I'm sorry, we can't have somebody like you around here. You're lucky you've never been in a fight. I had 2 Kung Fu instructors. One of them would go to the train station on weekend nights and act intoxicated until somebody. So he was really a violent, nasty motherfucker. So somebody would try to rob him, and then he would maim them. He loved hurting people. Absolutely, he did. Just kidding. What are you kidding about? What? Yep. I don't know what you're kidding about. But Ovason feels like a main character. He knows you're kidding. We're all kidding, Basin. Did he get offended? He saw him do that or just heard? I don't know. He had a record, dude. He had a record. Okay, so here's what happened. Me and my coworkers, we were just bullshitting. Our driver came into the kitchen. He was kind of standing there, and me and one of the other cooks were joking around, talking about how he's a little odd. And my brother Dean actually attacked this dude too, because he just, I don't know what's going on. People just think like they can just get away with weird shit. But I don't know. My brother Dean was working there at the time, and out of nowhere, and this was a big guy. He was about 6'2". He was about 300 pounds. He was a very big guy, and he's coming in the back door, and he just pushed my brother Dean as hard as he could, and my brother Dean smashed into the wall, which there was electrical panel. He smashed into the electrical panel. And he goes, mother, and my brother Dean knows how to fight. Like he grew up in the hood. He knows how to fight. He's been in a lot of fights. He ran up and kneecapped the motherfucker, which means basically you. So you basically you come down sideways on someone's knee, and I don't want to say the dude's name, but so my brother Dean smashes the wall. He's like, motherfucker. And he runs up and he put his hands on him to do shoulder and fucking kneecapped him. And he goes, oh, that's my bad knee. And, it's like, bro, you don't just push somebody so hard that they fucking smash into a wall, you idiot. What did you think he was going to do? Come up and laugh about it? He was a weird dude. And I almost broke his jaw because we were standing in the kitchen once and he's like, I can't remember what I said, but he jokingly, threw down his spatula or whatever he was holding, and he turned towards me. And again, he's a big guy, belly on him. And he turned towards me and he goes, he slipped, that's it. Okay, take it outside. He turned towards me and bumped his belly into me. And I was like, I just looked at him. I remember I just looked at him and I go, motherfucker, if we go outside, I would rip you to fucking pieces. You want to go outside with me? I said, I'll see you out there. And I started walking out back. He's like, oh, I'm just kidding or whatever. But like, bro, why would you do that to me? But so anyways, me and my coworker were bullshitting, and we were just talking, man, he's a little odd. Something's off with him, man. I just get a weird energy about the guy. Something is weird about him. And my buddy Glenn's like, yeah, did you see all the stuffed toys in his car? And I'm like, no, he's got like stuffed toys. Like, bro, he's got like 100 little stuffed animals everywhere. They're like on his dash, on the back seats. He's just got a car full of stuffed animals. I'm like, why? He's a fucking like 50-year-old dude. Well, anyways, I thought that was weird. And I had jokingly said, because I mean, what do you think at that point? He's like this kind of creepy, cringy, weird type of dude, has odd behavior. It just gives off this weird vibe. Well, I had jokingly said, I wonder if he's a child sniffer, bro. What's he got a car full of fucking toys for? Is he like handing them out to kids like candy? Like, come here, little boy. And we all laughed about it, but Sean took it serious. Sean went and Googled that motherfucker's name and found out he was a registered child sniffer. And that was the last day that boy worked there. I saw him do that or just heard. No, he was convicted. What the fuck are we even talking about? Oh, one of my coworkers, random shit. Not offended. In fact, I agree. Yes, we were talking about random shit for now. Yeah, if you guys want to talk about something, start the motherfucking conversation. Ask a question, say something. Knock my ass off. Goddamn, beer belly. No, I just think he was a big guy. He was a big guy. He liked to eat. He was a big guy. He was even nice to me some day. He bought me coffee a couple times. I mean, I bought him coffee a couple times. I'm always that guy. Like, I always bring all my coworkers coffee, and so I'd buy. I mean, it'd be odd to bring in, 3 of my coworkers coffee and say, fuck you, dude. You're weird to me. So I'd buy him coffee. He bought me coffee a couple times. Like, there were some attributes about him that seemed like a kind human, but I don't get down with that shit, bro. I don't get down with that shit. Roasted. Child sniffer. What the fuck is wrong with people? It's a great question. I don't know, man. I don't know. My best, and I've thought about this a lot, because I'm into psychology. And I've heard stories about them where even they struggle with it, like they don't want to be who they are and all this. I think that they were diddled with when they were a kid. I don't know, because a lot of odd behaviors gets programmed into us between the years 0 and 7. There's something weird about this where we're literally like a computer that just absorbs information and it affects us permanently. Like if you're between the years 0 and 7 and you see like your mom react to a cockroach, and as a baby and you scream and you cry, you're going to have a bug phobia now for the rest of your life. You're going to be a 30-year-old man that's scared of a little cockroach. Like, so I think somebody hurt them when they were a baby and now they're fucked up. But in the end, we do not have time for all that abysmal, atrocious, ass, insolent shit. We best shut that fiendish hubris shit down sooner or later. We eat living things and poop out vile waste. What a life. Is this reality not pedophilic enough already? That dark season sucks. Yeah, any type of trauma that happens at a younger age affects them when they are adults. Oh yeah, absolutely. Not just, I mean, it sticks to people's brains, man. Like makes them weirdos and shit. Like some adults may think it's cute to scare the shit out of their baby and see the baby freak out and cry even sometimes. Like that's not good to do that to your kid. You can actually fuck with your kid, really for the rest of their lives. Like so I say you got to be super fragile with a baby. You got to love that baby and just care for that baby. Don't show no violence. Don't even argue in front of the baby. If you and your old lady are just fucking fuming, stay the fuck away from the baby's eyes and ears. You don't do that to a kid. Don't you realize like the two most loving gods in their life are arguing to a child? That's traumatic. Let alone if they're fighting or beating each other up. Good point. The solution of what happens between 0 and 7 is to feel it completely and cry, and it will heal. If you don't, you will act it out on other people. Too many unconscious souls. Absolutely. We are in the unconscious realm. Why do you think we go? Why do you think our go-to term is for people to wake up? We are in the unconscious realm. We're in a weird, bizarre slumber here. It's like this dream state. We're all in and we're thinking it's real because that's what you do when you're in the dream. Wake up, wake up. Ah. But there also had to be a point in time when someone became the first pedo before the cycle of abused becoming the abuser. This is true. Who knows who was the first weird, creepy boy or... No, that's true because there would be like, if that was true, there would be one bloodline of creeps. There wouldn't be like creeps everywhere. So no. Were they all... Well, I don't know. Were they all... They could still be true. But then, damn, were there that many weirdos in reality? God damn, to make this many fucked up people, I don't know. I got verbally disrespected way too much as a little child by arrogant ass adults that now I just mostly be pure serious business with other adults as an adult in the beginning until further notice. Yeah. Yeah, I've sort of become like that too, Baze, and I don't like that because I'm actually like a comedic type of person. I like to joke around, laugh, crack jokes, and make people laugh and smile. And really, I've sort of gone this serious route too, and it's really sort of destroyed my personality because it's just being dead serious and fun. It's just they just don't go hand in hand. I mean, you can have a serious, dry sense of humor, but predator versus prey reality. Yep, predator, the predator. That's the thing that came before time. I don't know what P-ray is. Prey. I mean, I know prey is obviously what the predator eats, but pray. Go and pray to God. That makes God a predator. Why would you pray to him? Why are you praying to the predator, the thing that came before time? Why would you pray to... Anyways, it's like, why do we pray to God? Why don't we predator to God? Well, that sounds mean. Why no? But when I pray to God, it makes me a goddamn food source. That sounds mean to me. Pissing light beams. There you go. Double Rainbow's got it figured out, baby. If it was S-ray, I'd be like, oh, sun ray. If it was L-ray, I'd be like light ray. But P-ray, pissing Ray is what it is. But Christians don't seem to grasp that. Christians don't seem to grasp anything except illusion. They're like, oh, if it makes me feel good, that's what I want to believe. But that's not a Christian. That's a comfort zone seeking entity using Christianity as their outlet to gain what their brain's looking for. But Christians don't seem to get it. There is no prey without predators, no accused without a lawyer, no patient without a doctor, no client without a therapist, the rapist, no blind consumer without manipulative cooperation, yin yang time. Photon ray. Oh yeah, that's right, photon ray. That's what it could be. It could be the prey is the photon ray. We are photons. We are rays of light happening in real time. It looks physical. It looks physical. It feels physical. Oh, that felt physical. That felt real. I just gave myself a little slap. I felt it. So it's a very odd light ray. It has feelings and stuff attached to it. Isn't that weird? That's weird, bro. This reality is weird, dude. You know what I'm saying? This place is weird. I don't know what else to call it. It's just fucking weird. The whole situation is just fucking weird. Anyways, let's look at some art instead of looking at my ugly ass mug. Look at some art. Preachers came to my mind now after seeing Predator vs. Prey. Preachers prey on the people's.
Is this his shit? Is this his creepy shit? His creepy boy shit? Look at this creep. There's a Chucky doll in a dress. There's a Chucky doll in a dress with a rose on his head. Creepy shit. He looks at creepy shit. This creepy creature looks at creepy shit. This creepy creature looks at creepy shit. Please remember to hit the like button for this live stream. Thank you to those who have already liked the video. Thanks for your support. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Hold on. I was starting to get the hiccups there. I was snacking on something. Snacking on some slices of fruit. Anyway, excuse me. Just a second. Okay, and then I had to cough. I don't know why. But this creepy creature, I'm going to take away the cockroach for a second. He's got a Chucky doll in a dress with a rose. He's just fucking, he looks at creepy shit. He's a real creepy creature. He's very creepy. But I'm going to shift gears to something else, I guess, for a bit. I get tired of that shit. There was a video made about me recently, but this guy's made 5 or 6, I think 6 videos about me so far. His whole channel's basically about me at this point. Just keep making videos about me. Racism, white guilt, woke ideology, and the sanity machine. So he talks about the sanity machine, my name, hi, Steven. Like, this guy's absolutely obsessed with me. He's obsessed. The sanity machine, Steven, hi, Steven. The sanity machine, Steven. It's just over and over again. The sanity machine. This guy hardly has any videos, but almost all of them are about me.
Racism, white guilt.
He's obsessed.
Hi everybody. Today's video is on the topic of racism, white guilt, and the sanity machine. Now, I know that I said that I wasn't going to make any videos about the Sanity Machine, but I think in this case, he's a good example for the topic that I wanted to discuss, racism and the modern world. And I wanted to clarify my position on things and, address this sort of accusation from him and his people that I'm like a lefty soy boy or something like that, when nothing can be further from the truth. I don't really identify in any political identification. I'm not a leftist or a rightist. I just kind of look at.
You don't have to identify. You call me a racist. So I see what you are. You say a lot of things that show what you are. I don't care if you vote. I don't care if you believe in elections. I know what you are. I know what you support. You're a fucking retard.
At things individually and make decisions based on that. I'm an independent thinker. You can't really put me in a box. And the fact that people do try to put me in a box is really sort of telling as to what kind of people they really are. So, I mean, obviously you have to sort of use labels and categorizations in the world in order to properly communicate. Some people love drawing lines and engaging in social warfare. And I see this in Steven. It's sort of obvious because Steven sort of spends the majority of his time making monsters out of people online. When I was there, he spent a lot of his time just talking.
I spend the majority of my time, really? How do you know how I spend my time? What are you talking about? I've made countless videos that don't make monsters out of anybody. It explains this realm, my content. As for putting someone in a box, you're calling me a racist. You're trying to put me in the racist box, you piece of shit.
Shit about people, pointing out things that are undesirable traits in other people online. When I was there, he spent a lot of his time just talking shit about people, pointing out things that are undesirable traits in other people. Just like that shit is cringy to me. Like, that's like, just how insecure are you where you have to constantly point out negative traits in other people?
I'm not insecure at all. I'm just showing what little incel frauds you are. You truthers are pieces of shit. You're not what you call yourself. You call yourselves truthers, and you're a bunch of liars. So you're a piece of shit. You don't like the spotlight being shone on you. You don't like being exposed, just like cockroaches. As soon as the lights turn on, they start running. That's what you do. You don't like somebody putting a spotlight on you because you know you're shit.
And make up negative traits about people.
I don't make up any negative traits. I show what they are on my show.
Too, because he does that too constantly. He's a liar. He lies every day. But anyway.
What do I lie about? He says I lie every day. Can you back that up with some receipts? What do I lie about? Show the proof.
And make up negative traits about people too, because he does that too constantly. He's a liar. He lies every day. But anyway.
That's where his little incel rage is coming out. I'm not a liar. You came on my show and you said you're an incel. You're a virgin. I could tell you were small. I asked your height. I think you said 5'2". You're tiny. That's not a lie. That's the truth. And you said it. You're full of rage because no women like you. Nobody wants you, Tom. You're a little angry, pissant munchkin cell. That's the truth.
Here is an example of what I'm talking about. So I posted.
Show me the example. What did I lie about?
This video, basically finding some and I'll explain this video. Basically, this is a video of a sort of more popular YouTuber that kind of makes fun of, kind of makes videos. He actually does a lot.
You like watching this stuff. You said he kind of makes fun of, and then you try to pull it back. You do watch drama. You watch these channels where they make fun of people. This is what you watch on YouTube. Tommy, little Tom.
kind of makes fun of, kind of makes videos. He actually does kind of makes fun of, kind of makes videos, kind of makes fun of.
You said it's cringy to make fun of people on here, but this is one of the channels you watch. This guy
that kind of makes fun of, kind of makes videos.
25 million times. Can you learn how to speak? This is the stuff you watch.
Kind of makes fun of, kind of makes videos. He actually does a lot of different stuff, but you know, some people make content out of like drama on the internet, and this is an example of one of those things. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's a good thing, but
Yeah, but you watch it, don't you? You do watch this stuff.
it can be entertaining from time to time. I will admit.
You're a hypocrite. You're showing what a hypocrite you are. I see right through you, Tom, and that's why you have issues with me. I see through little creatures like you. You want to be big, but you're tiny, not just physically. You're tiny in life, completely tiny.
Admit.
You're small and insignificant.
Just sort of like in a rubbernecking fashion, where you kind of look at the degeneracy that happens in the world, and it's just like, whoa, you know.
It's just like, whoa, yeah, really, you little incel.
What the fuck? It's almost interesting, like from, you know,
Listening to this little munchkin.
I'm interested in psychology and things like that are interesting. People are interesting
Oh yeah, you're interested in that, just like Sedaris says that. He just said it on his channel. You're into the same shit, aren't you, you demons?
to me. I tend to want to try to figure out why people are the way they are.
Because you want to understand people so you can exploit them. Because you're a fucking psycho. That's what you are. You're a complete psycho.
And you know, in this video, he's talking about like an IRL streamer that goes around screaming in public and being a nuisance and harassing people and doing it for attention online. So
I don't do that at all. So where's the comparison?
you know, that's really what he was talking about here, but I edited it in a way to where it seemed like he was talking about Steven. So I wasn't like being deceptive. I wasn't trying to make people believe that this guy was actually talking about Steven. I mean, there's cuts in this where, you know, it has like the name of the person that he's talking about here, right? So it's not like I'm trying to hide it. It's not like I'm sitting here saying, yeah, this guy's actually fucking commenting on Steven's content. The point of the video is that everything he's saying applies as criticism to what Steven does.
No, it doesn't at all. I don't do what that person does at all.
And it was meant to be uncanny. The point of it is that Steven is so similar to a sociopathic IRL streamer that the commentary on that person, on that type of person, perfectly matches, and the criticism perfectly matches commentary and criticism for people like Steven, right? So that's the point of the video. And
so you're trying to diagnose me as sociopathic. I think that's what you are, Tom. That's you. You stalked a woman, didn't you? You're a creep. You're a psycho.
Scroll down here to the comments, and you find somebody that is a follower of Steven, and this is what he thinks about it. You lie in the title of your video. This video has nothing to do with the Sanity Machine. Yeah, duh. And you are completely deranged.
He laughs at that. That's probably the greatest compliment he's ever had, little Tom. He likes that. He's getting some attention for once in his life. Nick left this comment, but Tom probably thinks it's me.
You are completely deranged. You know, I
look at Tom's response. How does he treat people? He said, "It's a joke, you fucking retard." Tom, you're a fucking retard. You're a loser. You're a real loser. You wouldn't say any of this in real life. You only talk big on the internet. You're a little munchkin cell, aren't you? You're a little munchkin cell. People would just stomp on you.
I was a little rude here, I will admit, because I'm just irritated at stupidity. I said it's a joke, you fucking retard. It never actually meant to make people believe this guy was actually talking about the Sanity Machine. And then he responded with, "Lol, have some more soy milk." So this tells me that Steven is telling people that
So this tells him that I'm telling people. Watch this.
This tells me that Steven is telling people that I'm being deceptive, I'm a liar, that I meant for this video to
I guess that's all in your mind. You're making a lot of assumptions. How would you know what I'm telling people? Nick, did I tell you any of that?
make it seem like he was actually roasting Steven. You know, it's stupid. Obviously, you know, those are lies. That's not obvious. That's not what this was about. So that's one lie. He's lying about me, and he's telling.
Where's your proof that I said any of that, that I'm lying about you? Where's your proof that I'm lying about you?
People like I'm a leftist soy boy or whatever. I guess that's what a soy boy is.
I think you are a lefty soy boy. Absolutely. You go around calling people racist and everything else, exactly like they do. What's the difference between you and the woke lefties? What's the difference?
This is like a leftist or something like that. I don't really pay attention to like culture wars or
Look at he's friends with Bextra Large and Mushroom Liotes over there in the comments. What a surprise.
politics or whatever, but I guess that's the perception that Steven is the straw man that Steven has built in order to vilify me
This little munchkin's obsessed with me.
in his circle. So
You're not a villain. You're just a pissant. Nobody thinks you're a villain. Nobody fears you, Tom, in this realm, not just on my channel. Nobody fears you online or in real life. You're just a weak little pissant. That's all you are.
So that's what I'm talking about. You know, Steven
Your voice sounds like a munchkin.
makes shit up about
Do you realize that?
people. He lies about people, and that's just, you know, that's just
Show me the lies.
what he does on a regular basis.
Show me the lies.
Now, in regards to racism and my comments as to, I pointed out in a video that I think that Steven is actually like a racist because whenever
Why is that funny? I thought being a racist was a really bad, terrible thing in your mind. You're laughing about it like it's funny.
I pointed out in a video that I think that Steven is actually like a racist because
That's why I call you a lefty, because that's what lefties do. What you just did there, that's what little lefties do. What you just did.
I pointed out in a video that I think that Steven is actually like a racist because
Lefties will call people fags, and then they'll call them homophobic or homophobic, sorry, and then they'll laugh. They'll call people transphobic. They'll call people names, but then they'll laugh about it. You sound just like a lefty. I thought if being a racist is such a terrible thing, you should be saying it more with disdain than laughing, because it's a game for lefties like you to label people as racists and homophobes and all this sort of stuff. It's a little game. It's a little power trip for little munchkin cell lefties like you.
as to I pointed out in a video that I think that Steven is actually like a racist because whenever he has a black person,
So you're just trying to smear me and defame my character. This is character assassination. It's a little game that little wimps like you play.
up on the screen, and I saw this multiple times, like 3 or 4 times, and whenever there's a black person on the screen, he always points out that it's a black person, and he always applies.
What's wrong with that? If I put up a Chinese person, I have the freedom to call them Chinese. What's wrong with calling them what they are? If somebody, there's people of different races that come to my channel and describe someone as white, describe me as white. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that.
He always points out that it's a black person,
So what?
and he always applies some negative trait to
Really?
to that. You know,
What about my hours of conversations with Peanut, for example, on my channel? Hours and hours he's been on as a guest various times, probably more than a handful of times as a guest. Do I always point out negative traits of him or of black people when he's there for hours? No, I don't. So what you're doing is lying. You're the liar, Tom S. Tom Shepard, you're the liar.
negative trait to that. You know, they'll say like, "Oh, black people, they always eat while they're talking on the while they're having conversations, and they're so rude."
I say that about lots of YouTubers that are always eating when they're on panel. I say it about Tarek. You're such a fucking loser reaching for something to try to label me as a racist. You're a weakling.
He said something along the lines of that, and he also makes an
Well, maybe I'll say about Italian people always eating meatballs and spaghetti. Does that really bother you? It doesn't. Even if it bothers you, it doesn't make me a racist. You fucking loser. You're a lefty labeling me a racist.
insinuations that like white people are genetically superior
Oh, my insinuations.
to black people. And you know, just in subtle ways, he'll like reveal his actual racism.
My actual racism, really.
So that's what I'm talking about. Like,
He's almost giggling as he's saying this because they know this is a weaponized word that they apply lefties like him. He'll say, I'm not a lefty. I don't vote Democrat. I don't vote. It doesn't matter if you vote or not. It's not just political. The ideology goes beyond just elections and political parties. It's about weaponizing words. This guy supports LGBT and everything else, just like most truthers on YouTube. Most of them are lefties. And many of them are little short-ass incels like him, little pissants. Many of them are. Doesn't have to be all of them, but many of them are. Many of them are. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to share a few other things here before I go to sleep tonight. I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy. Not as bad. I'm still not completely asleep or anything tonight, but I still have some energy left is what I wanted to say. Meanwhile, in the third world, this is their dream truck. It's a Dodge Ram made out of a giant ram's head, a skull. I mean, and the stone wheels, and look at this. The logs for axles, it looks like logs, maybe, or stone axles. It's out of skull, Flintstones. That's their dream truck in the third world. Look at it. Just look at it. And I said, meanwhile, in Africa, that's what they'd come up with in Africa.
This
Watch
woman
this.
insults the man behind
Watch this.
the camera. We'll watch what happened next.
Sorry?
He called him a nonce.
Whoa.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at this.
You just called me?
She feels very strong. Look at the crazy eyes. She feels like she can get away with saying anything. They think they can do this.
Oh, sorry. Can I have this lady arrested? Come on. She just called me a... I've got it on video. Can you arrest her? A public order. She just called me a p***. You just called me... You just called me a nut. Sorry, can you take her away? Sorry, can you take her? You can't call people that. You cannot call people that.
Look at her terrified then, feigning, playing the victim after she repeatedly falsely accused him on video. Now she's playing the victim, looking scared. All of a sudden she changed.
You can't.
Look at this. Look at this. She's getting afraid because there's cops right there. She might get in trouble. There might be consequences for her behavior. Look at this.
Call people that. You cannot
You can't do that. Look at.
call people that. You can't.
Don't worry, there's going to be spiritual judgment very much like this for these false accusers that go around labeling people.
Call people
It's going to be spiritual judgment like this.
that. Yeah. You can't
Wait
call
and see. Wait and see.
people that. No. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I've got it on video. Yeah. Yeah. I've got it on video.
He's got it on video. He's got it on video. You can't do that.
Her saying it
Lefty, you can't do that.
right to my face, so it's a public order offense. I hope she gets arrested.
Comment down what you guys think.
Look at this. Went from her being gleeful and maniacal. Look at this. She's enjoying it, calling somebody something disgusting who isn't that. She's just making it up, these false accusations. Look at the little demon. That's what they do. That's what they do on YouTube. And that's what they do in real life, these little lefties. They think it's all a little game that they can get away with, but there's going to be consequences. There will be consequences and there will be judgment. You will be judged for what you've done, including labeling people, falsely accusing people, doing it, playing a little game like that, a sick little demonic game. You will be judged. You will be held accountable. There will be consequences, spiritual consequences. Even if you're never put in a courtroom or a cell in this earth, there will be spiritual consequences that you're going to have to face. You got that, demons? That goes for Tom S. and Mushroom and Lion Sword and lots of these creatures. Chrissy, Pissy, Shateris, and lots more. There will be consequences. You're going to have to face the consequences. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. You'll have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You're going to be held accountable spiritually, bitches. Wait and see, demons. Wait and see. Wait and see. And to shift gears to this, the quote, white guilt narrative is coming to an end. I hope so. Hundreds of thousands of views. Hopefully this isn't copyright. I don't know if it is or not.
So something very interesting has happened in the United States. And I'm trying to think of a very delicate way of putting this. But it seems honestly that just a lot of white people in America have just had enough of the way that they are treated and are expected to respond to ethnic minorities, in particular black people. Now, I want to be clear that I am not in any way encouraging any kind of racial abuse. I do not agree that we should be racially abusing each other at all. But there is a racial angle to this issue and this story, and I can't properly talk about it without acknowledging that that's the case. So this image is a still from a video that features a young lady, a young mother, called Shiloh Hendricks. Now, I'm not going to play the video because in it she repeatedly uses the N-word because an autistic 5-year-old boy apparently stole something out of her baby bag, and she, I guess, had just kind of snapped. She just kind of had it, and she started calling this boy the N-word. And this was recorded by a Somalian man who was, for some reason, loitering around the kids' park, which we'll get to in a minute. And she was just completely unrepentant. She was like, no, I said what I said. I'm not going to apologize. I'm basically absolutely done with the way that these things keep happening in the United States. And I think this really resonated with a lot of people. And that, one might think, should provoke a national conversation in America about what the standards are for white people and black people, because they're not the same. And we have seen repeatedly standards for black people that would never be accepted for white people, and vice versa, and it's of course not in the white people's favor. And I think that a part
If you want to watch the whole video, I shared the link in the chat. It's right there. I'll share that part of it. You can click on that and watch it after the stream is over. It might be a good idea to watch that. It's interesting. You shouldn't have any shame or guilt if you're a white person for being who you are and what you are. Look at this here. Dual citizenship opens doors to experiences. Diverse communities. That sounds like a lefty, doesn't it? Diverse communities. What's diversity? Oh, lack of white people? Is that what that's what usually they mean by diverse communities. It empowers me. You don't contribute positively. You're just living in a barn. You're living in someone's barn. You're living in someone's barn. The African roots of technology. Do you think that Africa is the roots of technology? Look at this. Small, old, feeble-minded individuals compare current African technology. And then new sentence. There shouldn't be a period there, dummy, without knowing or educating themselves with true facts. Sophisticated, advanced African technology cannot come close to, quote, modern Western technology. Look at this. Oh, this is hilarious. Hilarious.
Welcome to this episode. Africa's contributions
Wait,
to
was
early
paying.
technological and industrial advancements are profound and far-reaching.
Profound, really. What are their contributions?
From metallurgy and iron production to agricultural innovations, sophisticated engineering.
Iron, really? How come they can't do that today? Interesting. How come they don't build anything? You have to use cartoons. You can't use real photos. Where is everything they built and invented? Where is it? Why are you using this? Why don't you use photographs? Why don't you use real photographs to show your evidence?
And large-scale construction projects. Ancient African societies laid the foundation for many technological practices
Bullshit.
that influenced human civilization. While Africa is often sidelined in historical narratives of early industrialization, evidence across the continent reveals a long-standing tradition of innovation, resourcefulness, and engineering skill. Africa's mastery.
Look at, they show Egyptians. They were not these blacker than black, doing this with the hieroglyphs, and this is hilarious. The Great Pyramid was not. It had nothing to do with black people. There were other people living there thousands and thousands of years ago.
Of iron and other metallurgical practices
Hilarious.
is particularly noteworthy. Sites like Leja in Nigeria and the Haya community in Tanzania have unearthed ancient iron smelting technologies, demonstrating the continent's expertise in metallurgy. The Leja site contains iron
Expertise. What are they expert at today? Who knows who did that back then? Could have been Viking giants. Where's your proof? The land? You don't know who was there back then, do you?
iron slag dating back at least 4,000 years,
Great.
showing that Africans were adept at creating tools and other iron products
Africans were, really?
many centuries before similar developments took place in parts of Europe and Asia. The Haya people of Tanzania further advanced iron production with a unique method for creating carbon steel as early as the first millennium BCE. Archaeologist Peter Schmidt discovered that
Yeah, and Shakespeare was black, according to a lot of Africans and African Americans. They think everyone was black throughout history. This is hilarious. They were so great at agriculture and architecture and engineering and metallurgy. Well, where are the great cities? And they always show the pyramids. Well, black people were slaves and they washed penises for the pharaohs, but they really didn't do these great feats of engineering because they can't even today. They can't do anything.
Reveal an exceptional level of architectural and engineering skill. Carved in
What happened? And why is it all buried under the ground?
entirely from
Why can't the Africans of today build these things? Who says that black people built this just because it's buried under the ground there?
rock. These 11 churches were built in the 12th and 13th centuries as a new Jerusalem for Christian Ethiopians. Each structure was hewn from a single stone and
Yeah, who built it? Maybe Romans built it. Who says black Africans built it?
features detailed interiors, sophisticated drainage systems, and complex facades.
I wonder if Romans were there and built it.
David Phillipson, a scholar on Ethiopian history, praised these churches, calling them an unparalleled feat in world architectural history.
Really?
Showing mastery in quarrying, carving, and construction. Further south,
They always depict in these AI images black people doing the carving and all the skilled work. Where is it today? Where is it? Anywhere in the world.
Nubian civilizations in present-day Sudan developed advanced irrigation and water management systems along the Nile. In a semi-arid region where water was scarce, Nubian
No, right. Does anyone buy that? So their ability to do all these things just vanished somehow, is what you're supposed to believe. That they could do it in ancient times, but today these people can't do it. They need other countries to come in and do all their engineering and building for them, and mining, and everything else. And drilling for wells. White people have to go there and do it for them. Hello, Sparrow Percy. Good to see you. It's a beautiful day in the realm today. A beautiful day in the realm today. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? I'm going to switch gears here and let's see. I want to see what this weirdo here has to say. The sterile agenda, the black sheep researcher. This weirdo Paul. It's another Paul. Creepy intro. Creepy.
I have always been told, you have always been told, they always have to show the hand.
We've now passed 7 billion on this planet. When I was born, it was a little over 2. Food prices rising, oil's ending. When our resources end in 20 years, given everything that we know of our species, do you really think we're going to just share?
So your answer to that is some kind of genocide?
No, it is not. It is not genocide. Our answer to this is Janus. Janus consists of a protein and an amino acid. Independently of each other, they're harmless. But when they're brought together in the subject, they act as a genetic trigger that prevents chromosomal division. The cell targeted can no longer replicate itself and is thereby rendered useless. The change is permanent and hereditary.
And which cells are targeted?
Those that control fertility, Becky. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize the entire human race.
But, it's only a TV program. It's not real. That's the same people that'll say, hey, they tell you the truth in movies and films, but when you show things like that, it's like, no, it's just a TV program. It's not real. It's not reality. So, in this video, and for anyone asking, that is from Utopia. I've talked.
This chubby little creep, he's not creepy at all, is he? This guy here. Is he creepy?
About it many times in all.
Is he creepy at all?
Janos videos or Janice videos, whatever way you want to pronounce it. It talks about in that, it basically says, hey, they put a serum, they put like a virus type of thing into the food, etc., to sterilize the human population, to bring the population down. So in this video, I want to show you my Janice research mixed with a bit of Utopia and a bit of the gold that I found that will bloody shock you to the core. And just hold on and enjoy the ride.
Epidemiologists have found humans across the globe are becoming increasingly less fertile as toxic chemicals continue to build up in our environment and accumulate in our bodies. Research shows the worldwide fertility rate dropped by nearly 60% between 1960 and 2018, and sperm counts have been dropping at nearly the same rate. If this trend continues, some epidemiologists predict that sperm counts could reach zero by the year 2045.
2045, that's an 11. 2 add 4 add 5 is an 11. That's a Janice number.
Tonight, this message is gaining steam.
So let me say very simply, I want more babies in the United States of America.
Well, it's led to what's called the pro-natalist movement, and it's getting more popular because of messages from Vice President Vance and Elon Musk, who, of course, has at least 13 children with multiple women. CNN's Mina Dursun is out front at the 2025 Natal Conference, because, yes, there is a conference.
Raise your hand if you are a mom or a dad in the room here tonight. This is the war for civilization, and we are going to win it one life at a time.
We're here at NatalCon, which is a gathering of about 200 people from all over the world who have come here because they all feel very strongly that the world needs more babies.
There's a civilizational catastrophe coming, and the way to solve it is to have sex. Like, that's got to be the easiest pitch in history.
Birth rates around the world are plummeting, and they think this is the issue of our time.
For years, two things have been true. The world's population is increasing, and its birth rate is falling. South Korea already had the world's lowest birth rate, but this week, new data showed it had fallen further. Japan also recorded a new low.
The decline of births is in a state of crisis. I believe we are at a time when we have to take urgent measures.
The birth rate is the average number of children that each woman has, and when birth rates are discussed, you'll see this number a lot, 2.1. This is the birth rate needed to maintain population levels. South Korea's not close. Last year, its rate was 0.72. Japan is at 1.26. To put this in context, the EU average is 1.53, and the UK is at 1.49, and that is a record low. In fact, many countries are now below 2.1.
The purpose of Janus is to sterilize. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize the entire human race.
So guys, the purpose of Janus is to sterilize the entire human population, according to the series.
Yeah, according to the series, they're going to sterilize everyone so they won't have any slaves and cattle and food anymore for themselves. That really makes sense, Paul. That really makes sense. That's what's going to happen. Oh, these baby truthers, man. And they get big views, of course. Well, this video didn't get huge views, but 1,600 views in a day, 274 likes. People are gobbling it up. You can go ahead and watch this shit and call it excellent, like this chick here, Trina, said, excellent. I love how time always shows the truth. Brilliant. Thanks so much. Brilliant. Right back into the recycling bin you go. That's how brilliant you are. You just get recycled, come back into this realm, Follow the baby truther channels.
Utopia. Now, Utopia came out in the UK in January. Yes, Janice's month. But that's just a coincidence, guys. And in his Janus Bifrons form, his two-headed form, he's got two heads. So they had to make two series. One in the UK and one in the US. And as you know, the UK one came out in January and the other one in the US come out in September. But if you ignore September and just added the numbers, 2 add 5 is 7. Add 2, 9, add another 2. Yes, you got it, another 11. That's just a coincidence. And as you know, they're talking about sterilising the population, and we can all theorise to what is the major contributor to that. Is it the jibber jabber? Is it pollution? Is it the food that we eat? Is it all of the above? So guys, I want to highlight something first for anyone that is new to the channel and doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Janus is something I research a lot, and his number, amongst a few other numbers, is 11. It represents a doorway, a gateway. You'll see a lot of things happening in the news and the media. They love to show you this 11. So we're talking about sterilising the entire human race. So why did they use Janus, his name, for this in the program? Is it just a coincidence, or is the connection? So here's the basic connection. Janus was known as the initiator of human life, transformations between stages of life, and shifts from one historical era to another. Ancient Romans believed Janus, or Janus, whatever you want to pronounce, ruled over life events such as weddings and births and deaths. So what? Births. So you can see how important this insignificant god is. He oversaw seasonal events, etc., such as planting, harvest, seasonal changes, and the new year. So he's a god of births. Hence, if you have to do a ritual to sterilize, you well better make the ritual and include Janus's name. So let's quickly go a little bit deeper. An epitaph, another name of Janus, was Consivius Sower, or Consivius, and it's an epitaph that reflects the tutelary function of the god at the first instance of human life and of life in general, conception. The function is a particular case of the function of patron of beginnings, because he's a god of beginnings also. As far as man is concerned, it is obvious of the greatest importance, even though Augustine and some modern scholars see it as minor. Augustine shows astonishment at the fact that some of the Dils Selecti may be engaged in such tasks. In fact, Janus is himself first. When pregnancy is conceived, he's there at that moment. Even the head, the penis, without a foreskin, looks like two heads. I've showed you this in many videos. So, in fact, Janus himself first, when pregnancy is conceived, opens the way to the receiving of the semen. Varro, on the other hand, this is from Macrobius and different things from, ancient times. Varro, on the other hand, had cleared that relevance of the function of starting a new life by opening the way to the semen, and therefore started the enumeration of the gods with Janus. Following the pattern of the Carmen Celler, Macrobius gives the same interpretation of the epitaph in his list, basically. Consivius, from sowing, from the propagation of the human race that is disseminated by the working of Janus. So I'm just showing you how significant Janus is. He's the art of conceiving. He's there at that moment, the god of beginnings and ends, of births. So if you're doing a ritual, you would have to do it under his name. Hence why in the show they call the Sims sterilize Janus. So we'll just carry on, because in it we talk about food, don't we, and things like this. Have a look at this. This is what blew me away, guys. Janus or Janus particles can be combined with natural and safe food products, such as they call the Sims sterilize Janus. So we'll just carry on, because in it we talk about food, don't we, and things like this. Have a look at this. This is what blew me away, guys. Janus or Janus particles can be combined with natural and safe food products such as anthocyanin, so pronunciation is bad, I know, and acetate to track food quality. Franco et al. 2021. Meanwhile, Janus or Janus particles synthesized by silver nanoparticles and chitosan were proved to be pronounced antimicrobial activity. So for a few good years it says it can. So it's up to you whether you believe it or not, but I'm theorising it's possibly that they're telling you it's been added to food, Janus particles. So from many times Janus particles has been added to food. So a few of the words in there caught my attention. The anthocyanin is responsible for the colours red, purple and blue. They're in fruits and vegetables, berries, currants, grapes and some tropical fruits have high anthocyanins content. Red to purplish blue coloured leafy vegetables, grains, roots and tubes are the edible vegetables that contain a high level of that anthocyanin. Right, so you got Janus particles in that. Now it also mentioned, if I remember, acetate or acetate. For instance, acetate containing foods include dairy products, dried pastas, bread, liquid, eggs, salt substitutes, coffee substitutes, processed meat, smoked frozen fish. So you can see why I'm going wow. So they talked about in the series that, hey, we'll put it in the food and all this stuff combined will make people sterilize, and it's called Janus. And Janus particles, according to this, have been added to food in these variances. So there's one more, I think it is, and it was chitosan or chitosan. Is a sugar that comes from the outer skeleton of shellfish, including crab, lobster and shrimp. It's used as a medicine and in drug manufacturing. Chitosan is a fibrous substance that might reduce how much fat and cholesterol the body absorbs from foods. It also helps blood clot when applied to wounds. So guys, tell me that ain't wow. Tell me that ain't shocked. It shocked me that they're talking about, yes, we're calling it the Janus and it's going to sterilize human people, and according to this, they could have had Janus particles in food, and some of the stuff that it contains are coffee, bread, liquid, eggs and all the shrimp, lobster, etc., and in medicines. So it's out there in the food and the medicines, and people are getting sterilized, and it's Janus. So you can see why I'm shocked, and I'm like, wow. So if you want to look at it in a different way quickly, is that the production and it came out, the series came out in January. So as some of you will know, January is Janus's month, but also the star sign for January. Well, there's two really, isn't there? There's Capricorn and there's Aquarius. So if you look at the female reproduction system, and I'll put it on screen now, people have always said, yeah, it looks like a ram, it looks like a goat. Well, what is Capricorn but the sea goat, the goat? And it's January, and it's the 11th star sign. That's just a mere coincidence. And if you think about it, then the Aquarius, the water bearer, the seaman, because it's generally a man holding a water urn, pouring out water, and as you can see from the crotch, the penis region. So is this showing you that the semen is coming out the water of life? I just thought that was wow, guys, and it blew me away. So from that quick showing that, yes, Janus is making people infertile in the TV series, I've showed you there's Janus particles in the food and the medicines, and even the month of January is the female reproduction symbol and the water bearer. That has got to make you go wow and your mouth drop. It has mine. So that's got to have like made your mouth drop. It did mine, like I said. But it's not like they've been hiding. It's not like they've been hiding and then plotting from the shadows to reduce the population. You can find stuff over the years that's telling you they want to reduce the population. And they love to use, again, that number L11 because it's Janus's number. It's one of them. So here's from an old clip just showing you the significance, again, of Janus and this number 11.
More than 11,000 scientists signed a petition calling for population control as a means of combating climate change. That's this week's Speak Out segment. In an article published Tuesday in the journal Bioscience, the scientists wrote that planet Earth is, quote, facing a climate emergency. They argued that population control was a necessary response to this emergency, writing, quote, the world population must be stabilized and ideally gradually reduced. This ideology is dangerous because it suggests that reducing the human population is the best solution to our problems.
The biggest aha to Bill and me when we got into this work is we asked ourselves, of course, the same hard-nosed question you'd ask, which is, if you get into this work and you start to save these children, will women just keep overpopulating the world? And thank goodness the converse is absolutely true. So they don't do that because women say to themselves they want 2 children to survive into adulthood. If she knows that 2 will survive into adulthood, she will naturally bring down her population. And so as soon as she starts to see that getting them vaccinated or keeping them alive during the birth, she won't have as many children. That's what we just heard from this group as well, that the older women had more children, hoping more would survive, but the younger women are starting to plan for smaller families because they know they'll live.
They all said they wanted 3.
Yeah. Which is fantastic.
Not 8.
That's what you want. Yeah.
And so if you understand that there's a high likelihood that your child is going to survive, you believe they'll have fewer.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that play out in all the population numbers across the globe. In fact, the population rates are coming down faster than had been predicted 10 years ago. Absolutely, and we're seeing that play out in all the population numbers across the globe. In fact, the population rates are coming down faster than had been predicted 10 years.
So guys, do you remember this from the clip that I played right at the beginning?
Genus consists of a protein and an amino acid. Independently of each other, they're harmless. But when they're brought together in the subject, they act as a genetic trigger that prevents chromosomal division.
So my friends, I'm going to come to an end now with this last section. And hopefully this section will blow your mind like the rest of the video, because I wanted to keep it short and impactful. So you just saw me put a little clip, basically refreshing your memory on TV series talking about what was used as a trigger to make people sterile, and it was Janus. And in that they talk about proteins, amino acids. So a long time ago, when we was in lockdown, I was talking and showing and making content telling people that this was a ritual to Janus. So you know, a lot of you have been with me since those times, and you know what I'm talking about. So I have talked about this, what I'm going to mention, but not in this terms, because I didn't put 2 and 2 together in regard to that. I talked about Utopia, I've talked about what I'm going to talk about now, but not in the sense of, hey, they've just mentioned amino acids. Is there an amino acid out there that is named Janus? And there is, and it was found in the early 1990s before lockdown. And as you can, I'll read it out. In the early 1990s, the search for a protein kinase led to the discovery of a novel family of non-receptor tyrosine kinases, the Janus kinases, or JAKs for short. These proteins were unusual because they contained 2 kinase homology domains and no other known signaling modules. So underneath, and just to refresh your memory again, for anyone who's new, a number I've associated and tagged Janus with is 11. You saw it briefly in this video, and in other videos you'll see a lot of it. I've done a series called The Realm of L11. So this is ScienceDirect.com, and they talk about the Janus kinase contain about 11,000 amino acid residues. Come on guys, 11,000. What are the odds on that? So these amino acids that the series is talking about, the Janus, actually exists, and it contains 11,000 amino acid residues. Wow, That just blew my mind. So the series talks about making people infertile and sterile, correct, guys? We can all agree on that. And I'm like, what if? So in 2001, some person wrote these 2 articles. One's for the National Institute of Health and the other is for fertility and sterility. And they've been cited 51 for the top and 52 times at the bottom. But it mentions something that's just blown my mind. So members of the Janus kinase signaling transducers and activators of transcriptions, JAKs and STATs pathways are present and active in human sperm. So in 2001, this science articles, whatever that you want to label them as that, are telling you that the Janus is present and active in human sperm. What is stated from the TV series as being the contributor to make people infertile is the Janus proteins, the JAKs. I've showed you JAKs exists, and now I've showed you that JAKs are ever present and active in human sperm from 2001. So you got to think, and a lot of people over the years have said, hey Paul, do you know about this in regard to JAKs? And obviously because I'm quite thorough on Janus, I have. But I've never made a video like this in regard to Utopia and this connection, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it at last. And this just blew me also. So sperm was found in 2001, as you can see from the last article, and that's when it was made, so I'm assuming it was 2001. And what was used as an early treatment for that word that we're not allowed to use? You can see it on the screen. Janus kinase, or JAKs for short. JAKs was used as a treatment in lockdown for the ho. Come on, guys. Even the hardened troll out there, seeing the 11 connections and seeing that, yes, the Janus proteins are real. They're also included in food that I showed you. And now they're also in treatment for the ho. What's the odds on that? That just absolutely blew my mind. So, like I was saying and have said over the years, I said the lockdown was a ritual to Janus because of all the contributing factors that I mentioned over the years. The basic one is, hey, put a face mask on. What does a face mask do to you? It makes you two-faced. I mean, what is it in gematria? 1, 4, 6. 1 add 4 add 6 equals 11. And the ho, you can see at the top, adds to 11 also. But that's just a coincidence. These are all coincidences. It's not like when they were testing people with the swabs in their noses and their mouths and the blood. What did he track them on and test on it? Oh yeah, it was a Janus G3 workstation. Oh, but that's just a coincidence. That's, come on guys. Hopefully most of you like me, wow. So when you show these things in aligning, it leaves you and raises an eyebrow for sure, surely. And I mean, it's not like the first death, to this ritual was on a specific date. I mean, what date would that be? Oh yes, the first death, January the 11th. It mind blows me this all the time when I go back and look over my old stuff. And I've put a lot of new stuff in this together. It's just left me with my mouth dropped. And I'm just about to finish this segment and the video and go to my thoughts. And I remembered what I posted earlier. An epithet of Janus's names is Consivius Soa. And I'll highlight it if I can and zoom in a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. So we've talked about in this little bit about the Janus being found in sperm. We found it in additive, add to food so they can track all this good stuff, and we've found it in treatment of the ho-ho-hovid. Now, if you remember, this is from Macrobius, so it's ancient. And if you remember this bit I read out, see if you remember. In fact, Janus himself first, when pregnancy is conceived, opens the way to the receiving of the semen. I've just showed you that the Janus has been found in the sperm. And it's ancient whatever they call them, information from Microbius, talks about how Janus's other name is Concevius because he's a creation, and he opens the way to receiving the semen, and we just talks about semen being in the sperm. It's like history is repeating, and it's just mind-blowing, isn't it? There's no way around it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my thoughts and have a quick chat in there, and again, as usual, thanks for being open and listening to the information I've provided today.
Yeah, they call me the black sheep. You know they call me the black sheep.
Hello and welcome. Right guys, as always, I like to start the videos off by saying a big thank you for everyone that's showed love and support.
They call me the black sheep.
Hello and welcome.
They call me the black sheep.
Hello and welcome. Right guys, as always, I like to start the videos off by saying a big thank you for everyone that's showed love and support, and you can carry on doing this by like, share and subscribe, and that's the biggest way that it really gives me fuel, helps me. It's easier, they're watching and they appreciate the content and what I'm trying to do. Other people have asked how can we help the channel. You can help the channel by buying me a coffee or buying me a bar. The QR code is there and the link will be in the description. And for anyone that's done that, my heart goes out, because obviously times are hard, and for you to give me a little coffee like that or a bar, it gets me emotional, so thank you. So let's crack on with the video. So where do we start? So I've researched Janus for many years. Some people don't like me doing this topic. I get a lot of trolls and other YouTube creators criticizing when I talk about this topic. It's like a taboo in a taboo society, and people don't even like me saying I get trolled or I get flack, I get abuse from people. They complain that I'm complaining. Well, this is my platform. I have zero contact basically to talk and get my views out apart from here, so I do this. So I know sometimes it can be always off moaning again, but it's the only chance I get. So when I get it, I want to take it. I'm like you guys moaning about me moaning, and we have to do it. Come on, let a person have a bit of release. So I've researched the topic for years and years and years. Obviously, I've known about the TV series Utopia. A lot of you have commented, "Hey Paul, did you know about Utopia?" I did, but I've never been really one to, like do reviews or find hidden stuff, like full videos on TV series and films. I leave them to better people out there who do that on a more regular basis. But obviously I've known about it. I've known about the JAKs, the kinase, and the proteins and that, and I've mentioned that in the old content, but I never put them two together. I've known about them, I've talked about them, and I don't know why it twigged this week. It's just one of those things comes in, yeah, when you're trying to think of something to do, I'm like, whoa. I saw that was what it was. I think I was talking about it recently in one of my Black Sheep talks with Session on the Nile. I'm talking about the population, and I've done videos on population before which got the channel throughout deleted. So one of these things they don't like you talking about. Why? So I'm sitting here and I'm looking, and I want to do that because in Europe now they're trying to give tax reliefs to people to finish their jobs and have children. Well, if they're going to this, and China and things like that used to always have a 1 child limit, didn't they? And now it's gone to 2. Well, if these people are trying to promote having babies, if we're overpopulated, why are you trying to do that? So this is why I wanted to do it, and I thought, I'll use the Utopia bit as inspiration, and boy, did it inspire me. And again, please don't take this as fact. Don't take this as this is what's happening. This is just my opinion on the information that I've found, and I've formulated a video and content to just give you guys food for thought and think, could it be? And that's what I love doing. I like giving you some stuff to think about and thinking, hey, has he a point there? Is it total bollard, as I say? But surely it's worthy of your attention, because the Janus topic does not get really looked at, and it's wide ranging. It connects a lot of things, and that is why I've invested my time and effort into researching it and trying to come up with new ways to show you guys just how deep this topic goes. It really is mind-blowing, and I'm like, why are people ignoring this topic? It's like, look at this. I mean, the lockdown, that was one huge ritual. I showed you in my videos using all the gematria and information that they were provided. It's so obvious was a ritual to that god. So then when you tie that into the series that came out, was it 2013 over here, and they talk about a protein, but what gets me is they just didn't just do a UK version, they did a US version. So there you get your two faces. They made two series on it, a US version and a UK version, and both, what the first one was made in January, come on, it's like you can pick any date to air it. So obviously someone there, hello and welcome. Right guys, as always,
The black sheep, you know they call me the black sheep.
hello and welcome. Right guys, as always,
They call me the black sheep.
hello and welcome. But they are doing it at
All right, everyone. I think I'm going to go to sleep now. That guy's creepy, very creepy. I exposed him a while ago, close to 2 years ago, I think. I've exposed a lot of these creepy creatures on YouTube, and they do it for money. They don't care if you ever have spiritual freedom. They just want your money. They just want to use you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Mad love and strength to you. Have a good night, good day. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.
Piercing radiant moon, the storming of fortune, all the life running through her hair, approaching guiding light, a shallow years in front, dreams are made winding through my the evening